but it's gonna be bad because I'm not gonna lie, object permanence and memory is not as well as it used to be. So I can try it. Just
All
don't
right.
fault me on it.
Hello, my beautiful adventuring goblins, and welcome to our fifth episode of the Curse of Strahd campaign. You're playing with myself, the wonderful dungeon master, or game master, Devon. We have Arabella, who is currently missing, Crimson, played by Chief Montezuma, Lilith, being played by our... I was like, I see you. Um, Lilith played by our lovely Zumi, Mario played by Gunmetal Black, and Therian played by Storm. So, we have a few safety rules that are in place, of course, for this session. We have a consent list that has been posted. Everyone on our Discord can see it. We also have our hand signals. So, okay, if they're leaving the table for any reason, like biological or anything that's... Sorry, okay is for if your character is acting out and the player is fine. Timeout if you need to walk away from the table to go grab something or just drink straight from the bottle, like our good friend Chief here. And an X if we need to cut the stream for a little bit and actually have a conversation. So if you guys see someone do an X and the stream goes down, don't worry, we will most likely be back. But if we're not, I'll do a quick pop up afterwards and let you guys know what went wrong. Okay, so the last time we played, you guys had gotten into Vallaki. You learned that certain things weren't quite what they seemed. The current mayor or burgomaster is throwing a burgomaster Vallaki. Valakovich is throwing a massive festival like every week, and he's been doing so for a very long time. Today is the fire festival where they're burning several large effigies of Strahd, also known as the Devil. To that end, you've all experienced some sort of dream or dreamlike state where you were contacted by various people from your past, or depending on who you are, your patron or your deity, and you were gently pushed into some character development that allowed you to further your edge, gaining new and magnificent powers. At the moment, Crimson is off training with the Hunters, potentially on the way to becoming one himself. Um, And I think with that, we are essentially all caught up. You guys are at the moment at the Blue Water Inn in Vallaki. You've taken on a job with a few different jobs at this point, actually. You know that the bones of St. Andrew are missing from the Church of St. Andrew here in the town. You know that the Wizard of the Vine Winery is not shipping as it should be, so something's definitely going off there. And you know something's wrong with the Burgomeister because he's throwing these celebrations, and when someone doesn't celebrate or responds negatively, he's putting them in jail until they're reformed. You've also heard stories of something weird going on with the lake to the north, and how there's a crazy man who's still fishing in the lake, even though it's extraordinarily dangerous. So you wake up in the morning, vaguely refreshed, some of you having just recently punched a tree to death. And
She's not here.
yeah, she's not even here for me to make fun of her. And you awaken to the sort of damp morning you've gotten used to. The sun isn't visible, it's heavily overcast, so here and there you see a little peak of light, but nothing that could deter so much as a zombie. What do you want to do?
Um, well, uh, if Mario's gonna get up and go downstairs, get breakfast, and he's gonna have a little like not necessarily a skip in his step, but like just overwhelming joy that he doesn't have to kill his friends and his family.
That's fair.
Wait, what?
You're
I
not in
thought-
his head.
No, I thought we were all well,
Oh,
the four
that's
of them
right.
were all in the middle of town because the two girls decided this.
Oh yeah, they
Right.
went on the
off
shopping
from-
trip. I forgot about the shopping trip
Right.
where they
yeah,
went
and Therian
and visited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm by myself somewhere.
Therian
You're off
had
training.
caught Lilith,
Yeah.
and Mario is chasing down Arabella.
So sorry, you guys were actually going in the middle of the festival. You've already woken up, you had breakfast. You're running to the festival through the festival to get to the toy maker's house. Now, when you get there, you can see Blinsky himself. He's opened his shop to you, of course, and I suppose Arabella is the only one that has actually made it there so far. So for Lilith and Therian, what are you two doing? Mario, you're still running after Arabella.
I thought I was Ethereum.
No, you chased after Arabella at the very end of the session.
Yeah, you guys split up because Therian
Because
was able to
Arabella
catch
ran
Lilith.
away.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have to go look at the winery.
We could go with Arabella first. It's a
kind of
toy
s-
maker. I want to see
I-
toys.
I understand that, but we don't all need to be in one place.
Says
Now,
you.
I feel like the years of doing the stuff that we did, taking on jobs, you would know that we don't split the party. I mean, besides Crimson, because he just goes off on his own, does his own thing.
We
Wait,
can go
wait.
for- we were asked to do something, so we should do it, and not dilly-dally.
And you also
Arabella has Mario. She's with somebody.
So we're just gonna abandon Crimson to the.
We don't know where Crimson is. He never tells us where he's going.
He did though. He did say that he was training with
And we
Witcher's,
already know that we can't
hunters.
enter the building. We already know we can't be in there with him when he's training.
So we're splitting up, I guess. Apparently.
Okay. So
We can go
Therian.
with them. I don't really care. But we were asked to do something.
We don't
should
have to do it
probably
right
do it.
away.
Well, we said
I
we were
never-
going to.
When do I ever do something right away when asked to do it?
When we are forced to. When
We're
we
not
were
being
asked, we were asked to go look at it. We said, okay, we'll go look at it.
Yeah, but we didn't say right away. Let's
We
just go
made it
to the
seem like
toy
right
shop.
away. Fine, whatever.
Okay. Mario, I'm
wanna
going to
see the
get you
monkey
to
be
roll. Sorry. I'm going to get you to roll an athletics check just to try and keep up with Arabella, who is booking it through town.
ooh, I am not good at those. Interesting. A strong not good.
So you begin like booking it through town, and within like 30 seconds, you trip over the mud that is almost ever present and bowl into an entire family of people wearing the flame and devil masks. And as you try to get up, it's just like this massive tangle of limbs. And by the time they manage to disentangle and they give you like frowns, you can almost feel through the mask. Arabella is nowhere to be found. However, you do spot Therian and Lilith off to the side, having a discussion. Therian seems to be pointing outwards, like west of the city. Lilith is pointing in towards the city, where she wants to go, and they're just having this discussion back and forth. But Arabella is nowhere to be found.
I am so terribly sorry. I still have that mask.
Mhm.
That mask that I paid the gold for.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a round presentation on everybody, including myself. Clean up. Just be very apologetic. Go on the master, like like hey, sorry about that. I'm going to.
Are you obviously performing magic? Like, are you trying to like hide this, or are you just doing it?
I'm doing it to clean them up.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me, please.
I am good at this. Obviously not. I can't win today.
Okay, as you
Someone else
like
can have a
get
one
up,
today.
get up and bumble a bit, and you start casting magic, and there's like this puff of magical sparks that kind of erupt and envelop one of the people. They start losing their minds, screaming like, "Ah, it's a witch! It's a witch! Get it! Guards! Guards! It's a witch!" There are dozens of guards within hearing distance. Lilith and Therian, you both see as like 10 guards rush forward towards Mario. Something you guys hadn't known before is apparently performing magic in public is not legal. in Vallaki, and now you're getting to see firsthand what happens when someone does something overtly magical in Vallaki. So they surround Mario. Are you going to attempt to resist?
Can I attempt to explain myself?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay. So he's gonna take off his mask, he's push it to the side. He's like, first of all, um, that's a false statement. I am not a witch. I am clearly male. Okay. One, two. Um, I was trying to help clean up and everything like that. You know,
He was
I
trying
I,
to
I
turn
made
me into a newt.
I was trying to clean you up, okay? And I'm gonna I'm still muddy, right? 'Cause I
Yeah,
hadn't casted it on myself.
yeah.
I'm just gonna cast it on myself to whoosh.
Okay.
I'm good at washing. I'm good at doing things. Um, it's something that I was born
So there's a moment of pause, and then the one of the guards steps up wearing silver plate. Like it's just plate upon plate of silver. He looks very important. And when he opens his mouth, it's not a he, it's a she. And she says, "What I need you to understand
with. Hmm.
is that magic in public is strictly verboten.
Hmm.
And
Yes.
you have not only performed magic on these people without their permission, but you then performed magic again in front of a lot of witnesses, lot of guards.
Yes.
While your magic was not one of aggressive nature, it
Hmm.
was nonetheless magic, which means you must
Hmm.
go before the magistrate. Do you
Hmm.
understand?"
Yes. Yes. I definitely understand. Oh, sorry. Give me a second. He's him. Um. Yes. I understand. He's gonna look around. Is there any way he can, like subtly, like try to get uh Tyrion and and Lilith's attention as he's being, surrounded by everybody?
Go ahead
I'm
and
sure
roll
we.
a sleight of hand check.
I am not very good at those. Godly.
Okay. As you perform the sleight of hand check, Therian and Lilith, you notice he does this really weird, exaggerated, like, wink. How do you guys react?
Maybe we should go help him.
No, if we associate ourselves with him, we may get.
As if to accentuate the
Yeah,
point,
well,
the guardswoman turns around and starts looking for who you winked at.
Whatever. I'm gonna go help him because he's my friend. I'm just gonna
it's not about that.
Nope. She's
So,
already gone.
As
She
you
walks up.
as you approach, she goes, "Are you with this witch?"
Oh,
Not a
wait.
witch.
He's Mario.
Is good to have a name, but regardless is witch. Has
No, not a
performed
witch.
magic in public.
He's a warlock.
He consorts with the likes of devils.
No.
That is a
Not
warlock.
devils.
A witch is simply one who is born with magic they may not necessarily
No, that's a
control.
sorcerer.
No, a sorcerer has control of the magic. A witch does not. So,
Okay.
we
Well,
have to...
first of all, warlocks don't just serve demons.
You
there
understand
are a
that you are
plethora.
attempting to correct a guards captain, and all you are doing is making me want to arrest you.
Miss
See,
Miss
but I
Captain,
know what I'm talking
Miss
about when it
Miss
comes to
Miss
warlocks.
Captain, Miss Captain.
Therian will
I will
walk up
gladly
behind
go.
Lilith and cup her mouth. I apologize. I apologize.
Good,
Yes,
good, good.
we know this person. They are no harm to you or the public. I understand that process needs to be done. I can. What was the name of the hunter that we saved?
Which one?
Yeah.
There's
Oh.
Yab and Petrov.
Have ya?
Both of them.
'Kay.
Okay. But Petrov was the one that I healed, right?
Yep.
Um, I'll say if you need to know anything about us, talk to Petrov. He would vouch for us. I did save his life.
You see, you seem to not understand the way things are done here. We bring your friend to the magistrate. We wait maybe 5, 6 hours if no other people are getting into the drunken shenanigans. And then once we are done with that, we go. We talk to the magistrate. The magistrate says, "Oh, it's just a slap on the hand. It was cleaning magic, or it was aggressive magic. Perhaps we put you in the stockades for a week or two, or you get executed. It could happen. Very unlikely. Nobody died. Um,
Okay,
but
if I
we
may.
Your
do
mouth is
this.
still covered.
But we do this so that people see that the order is maintained and all things are good. Do you
I
understand?
do understand that. Yes, I
Good.
understand that.
Good.
Lilith is gonna try to
Hey,
remove
wait,
Theria's
guys,
hand.
guys. It's okay. It's okay. I'll go with them. Show that there's still order in the city.
Good.
If you
Good.
meet my sister, tell her Mango, a strong, large, thick mango
I am
that
very
is
confused.
required of
What is a
Mario.
mango?
It's a fruit from where me and my sister come from, and it gives it reminds us of home. So yeah, that's just to let her know that everything's fine. There's nothing to worry.
I
At
see.
least I'm not the only one enjoying Arizona.
Oh yeah, but she's drinking the
So,
mango one.
I know.
Exactly.
you shall come with me.
Mhm.
You are the one that looks like devil.
Me?
Yes.
Wait, is my mouth still covered? So I was just
Yes.
pointing at myself.
You should be aware that not everywhere you go, they have the same definitions for the same words. You might be an expert where you come from, but trust me, little devilkin. I am an expert in all things magic craft around here for various purposes, one of which includes, and she lifts her helmet off, and you can see that one side of her face is completely blackened and burnt, like a heavy, heavy scar that has her eyes completely closed. The burning of witches, and she puts her helmet back down. So don't try me. Do not test me. You have a pass because today is a festival and it is a fun time. But tomorrow will not be. You understand? Just nod. Or shake head. Good. Good. Enjoy the festival, and she pulls out an electrum coin, puts it in your hand. Have a drink on me and don't do anything stupid. And she leaves. So, Mario, you are currently imprisoned. You are at the full stocks of
The most
Vallaki.
innocent of us all is
Yeah.
what got locked up.
So the full stocks of Vallaki are known as the Iron Pen. As you walk inside, a lot of the building itself has this like black, dark, heavy metal that encases it in this almost gothic structure. You're placed into a room that is nearly as comfortable as the inn you stayed at. Like there's a large bed, there is a place where you can draw water, there is a separate side bathroom that is unfortunately like not running water, but there's a bathroom for you. And within half an hour of you entering, they give you a full meal for free. And you were told
You
that your
know,
meeting will be in about 2 hours.
it's very unsettling that this cell they threw me in is almost as good as the inn. Um, I don't know if that says a lot about their prison system or it says a little about their inns. Uh, I just really hope those guys find Arabella.
Well, now I have to because it doesn't have Mario anymore.
So on the positive side, we've received a donation. Thank you very much, Mr. Colin. But for donating more than $10, he got a choice, and you guys will soon get to see what that choice is. I'm very excited for this. So,
Lordy.
What the rest of you want to do?
Lilith is gonna turn to Therian, which I'm sure he has removed his hand now.
Oh,
Once
wait,
they've
excuse
gotten
me.
away,
Wait,
yes.
hold on, guys. Question: Did they
Mhm.
take any of my weapons or any of my possessions?
No.
No.
You willingly went with them. You're being treated as a
Mhm.
guest at the moment.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Lilith's gonna be like, well, now Arabella doesn't have Mario, so should we just go to her now, or do you still want to just go check
I
out
said
the
we were
brewery?
going.
Okay.
Okay. So as the two
If
of
you just
you,
let me talk.
No. If you would have talked, you would have got locked up too.
I was just
No.
trying.
It wouldn't have helped. I understand you were
Well,
trying
maybe
to.
if they knew that we were new
but-
in town and didn't know their stupid laws, then they would just be like, "Oh, just don't do it again." But oh
Yes.
no, you had to include because you
No.
are a
Due process
motherhead.
has to. No. Due
Yeah.
process has to happen. The process has to happen. Either way. Now, you didn't get added to said process.
that's fair.
The guards were going to take Mario either way. He broke a rule. He is required to go with them. But it should be just a slap on the wrist because, again, new to town, didn't know. And it was harmless.
Yeah, it was harmless magic.
Well, I still say that you should have just let me tell them that we were new to town.
No, they already could figure that out.
What is that? A little devil?
Yeah, no, you do understand Arabella isn't a tiefling, right? Or I mean, Lilith isn't a tiefling?
Yeah, no, but she doesn't. It's okay. Don't worry. Uh,
You did purchase the devil mask.
I did. This is
Yeah.
true.
I got you back.
the reason why you were called Devilkin is not because of the mask. There's another reason.
Okay.
So,
Oh, okay.
I love the
make
little
it
diary
faster.
entry. I like that. That needs to be added to like your lore section. So as you guys wind your way through town with Arabella going to meet up with Arabella where you believe she's going, which is the toy maker shop. Arabella, you get there first. As you see, there's a large sign that says Blinsky's Toys for Girls and Boys. As you walk inside, there's like that dull ringing tone, and you step in and you can see that there are shelves covered with these almost living dolls made of like porcelain and wood, even a few made of like clay, and that have been fired up, and it just they all seem to be watching you as you step
That's
in.
very fitting since her name is Arabella.
And as you fully step into the shop, the creaking of the floorboards beneath your feet alerts the person behind the counter who looks up at you, and you can see they're wearing like a monocle that has a little bit of like a magnifying effect. So there's a tiny eye and a big eye. He looks pale. There are dark circles under their eyes. And as they step out of the stool, off of the stool and out behind the bar, they're only about 5 feet tall, but definitely more humanoid, not possessing none of the features of any other race. And as he starts dry washing his hands, he says, "Hello, hi. Are you here to purchase for somebody?"
No, I I have one of your like cursed toys.
Oh,
And I'm
there's no
here
such
to-
thing as a cursed toy. Just a toy that needs
Right.
more love.
Okay. Help me fix that, please.
Do you have the toy?
I can't I literally can't leave without it. Yes.
May you pass it to me, please?
Yes, I take the toy out from the spot in my bag where it has allowed itself to be. Hand it over.
Oh, That's not one of mine. That was my father's. He had such a
Yes.
proclivity for the arts, created such wonderful toys that would never abandon their owners, ever.
Right. Um, can you make it not attack me and stuff? That'd be cool.
You want it gone?
Well, I
You would
think it would
abandon this
be.
toy?
I know. First of all, I think it would be a lot easier for me to not have it attack me.
That only happens when you don't show it enough love, of course.
And how am I supposed to show it love?
Give it affection, little head pats, maybe host a tea party or two, possibly
Okay.
um, let it cuddle with you while you sleep.
Can I like vibe check this man?
Insight check away. Insight
He's
check right
he
away.
is just
Not the vibe check.
he's just weird.
Vibe check.
He's so weird. He's doing weird people shit.
Okay. You can tell that he's upset and disappointed, probably in you because like you're getting rid of a toy, but he seems very genuine and about wanting you to have it, to be with it. Doesn't seem to have any ulterior motive other than making toys. You're not entirely sure he's sane, but toys seem to be his life.
Right. All right. Let me try and rephrase. I'm not good with words. So, I don't think my meaning came across the way you think it did. Well, the way you perceived it, whatever. Words are weird. Anyway, the toy
Yes.
has been giving me some issues. I would like whatever magical attachment it has to me to end
Okay.
because I feel like, and this is in meaning no offense to you or your father, because clearly you guys are very good at what you do,
Oh, my father
or to the
passed away
toy.
some time ago.
I'm sorry to hear that. But clearly you guys are very talented at your craft.
Thank you. I appreciate
you're-
that.
You are very welcome.
Yes.
I think the toy would be better suited in the hands of someone who could play with it and give it attention, and I'm not that person.
But
Does
maybe
that
it
make
came
sense?
to you so you could learn to be that person.
Right.
Are you entirely positive you wish for your relationship with this doll to be severed?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, unfortunately, such magics are not cheap. It would cost you around
Okay.
300 electrum for me to sever the bond.
Okay.
Or you can promise me something.
And what is that promise?
My father's last and greatest creation is a doll by the name of Piddlewick. I want it back. Currently, Strahd is in possession of the marvelous works, and I can't imagine he treats it well. Bring me Piddlewick. Promise
Okay.
to bring me Piddlewick, and I'll undo the magics binding you to the toy.
I will. Piddlewick?
Piddlewick, yes.
All right.
The second.
I will bring you back the toy.
Good.
Piddlewick.
And he grabs the doll while it's in your hand, and then out of nowhere, a hammer appears in his other hand. He just smashes the head off, and he just pries it out of your hand and throws it on the ground.
Is that all you? It's that easy? I just have to break it, or like?
You have to break it with a specific kind of hammer, and he shows you the hammer he's talking about, and you can see it's heavily engraved with the sigil of the Dawn Lord.
Interesting.
You can see why I don't particularly enjoy the severing of the ties that bind owner and doll. Now, can't you?
Yeah, I can see that.
My father made many great things in his time. It's so
And
sad to see another one broken.
You said Piddlewick is the greatest?
Piddlewick the Second is by far the greatest. A doll that can think and move on its own. A great
Interesting.
invention.
Any what does the doll look like so that way I know?
A small, copper and iron contraption, mostly human-looking, but a bit dainty, somewhat patchwork. Resembles a clown that's had too many accidents, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I kind of. All right, so Piddlewick the second
Yes.
and Strahd has him.
He does.
I will do my best. Wait, you said Strahd. Aren't people like afraid of his name?
Strahd rules over this kingdom as if he were playing with toys. I have no fear of a player of toys in my own castle. And he looks around, and you can see some of the toys begin to chitter with him.
It's so cool and so creepy. I like you, I think.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Next time you need a toy, don't forget that Blinsky makes all the toys for happy girls and boys.
I will definitely keep that in mind.
Thank you.
Only
Thank you.
my brothers were old enough for toys, so
Good.
have a good one. Enjoy the festival.
Oh yes, I certainly will. And he's just got this massive creepy grin on his face. I'll get you to roll a perception check.
Perception. I'm super good at them. Not anymore.
Okay.
I lied.
Okay. How about new rule? Never say I'm super good at anything because it backfires every single time.
I lied.
You guys are doing
I'm
so
super
good.
lucky.
As you are as you are leaving, you can see some of the dolls, their heads turn to follow you, their eyes kind of clacking, and just the feeling of being watched intensifies as you leave. You pop out running straight into Lilith and Therian.
Ow!
Hi.
Hi,
Oh,
Shiny. You are fucking hard.
I'm not shiny.
Oh, wait. Mario got thrown into jail and he says
Very big.
fat, juicy mango. I don't think that's exactly what he said, but that's what I'm going with.
Where?
At the jail? Probably.
No, do not. He'll be fine. He was.
Where is the
casting
jail?
magic. Not telling you. He was
I take
casting
off.
magic.
Bye.
All right, so you start running. At this point, it's only been about 20 minutes since he's been arrested. He's like barely gotten there and been kind of hooked up with a jail cell. Therian and Lilith, are you going to run after Arabella?
Well, Liz is gonna attempt to.
Okay, Arabella, I'll get you to roll an investigation check, please.
It's up on the opposite end of town. Oh no.
You guys are rolling so well today. So Arabella, you start like hunting around. You start asking people questions and like demanding things. And of course, it's hard to take you seriously with the flame mask you have on in the first place. But then, like the heat of your eyes and the burning questions and the immediate angry retorts that your body language gives whenever they don't give you an appropriate answer begins to terrify people. Roll me a flat check, please.
Like it should.
Just a flat D20?
Yep.
Oh, dear God. Oh,
Okay.
You're gonna get locked up too. Fuck.
Within about 10 minutes of you like barging around, running into people, you find yourself face to face with 3 or 4 guardsmen. And one of them goes, "You seem to be disturbing our town festival, friend. I don't suppose you'd consider not doing that anymore."
Yeah, that's fine. If you answer, can you guys answer like a very simple question that no one seems to be able to answer?
I feel as if you are partially insulting me, but I can do my best.
I don't think that was an insult directed at you. Anyway, the jail. Where's that at?
Before I answer your question, why do you ask?
Because I need to find someone that's in there and speak to people that are running it, please.
Of course, I have no problems with bringing you to the prison.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that a lot.
They make a motion, just a quick, like that, and all of a sudden, 5 or 6 guards are like all the way around you, and they begin walking you in this sort of wedge formation towards the prison, which is actually the opposite end of where you were going. Lilith and Tharian, they don't include you in this wedge, but you are more than welcome to tag along.
Lilith, too.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Is the stockades near the Hunter's Hall?
Yes.
Is there a possibility that like I'm just like doing my workout with the hunter, so I like just glance over and
Oh,
see
wait.
Mario being carted in and just going like, huh, that's weird. Go back, keep working, look back. Huh, the rest of the party's going in.
Roll me a perception check.
Wait,
and then
Mario isn't. Not Mario. Crimson isn't working out because the alarm was sounded, and his trainer told him to take the rest of the day off.
yeah, but he still stayed where he was and was not doing anything at the moment.
Okay.
I
So
was still there.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
I was
there's an
like,
alarm
what am I
going
gonna
off, yeah.
do? Perception check, you say?
Yeah, freaking dog whistle went off.
Don't
and
say it. Don't say it.
I'm awful at these. See?
Yeah, you are.
Hey, that's average.
you are far too distracted by your routine and workout to notice Mario go to prison. However, the gaggle of people, including your other party members, walking by at the second time does catch your attention. It's at this point that, for the rest of you, you begin to see the guardsmen moving through town are moving with more purpose, except for the ones that are currently guiding you. And then a lot of people who were previously celebrating are being shushed and talked to, and they seem to nod and then walk towards the nearest building and go into it. This
Oh, I
repeats
ruined the
itself going
party.
through town.
You didn't ruin the party.
I
Crimson saying
ruined the
something
party.
to Crimson saying something about the bones being stolen ruined the festival.
Not to shift the blame or anything.
I'll take the blame.
Can we see Crimson?
Oh, I'll follow.
He heads in behind you guys. As you get to the jail itself, the jail is, like I said, made mostly of like this kind of gothic black dark iron and steel around a wooden building. Bits of stone are there, but the wood seems to be the primary material, with the metal and stone reinforcing. As you walk inside, there's a lovely desk that is covered in paperwork, and a very stressed out looking dwarf who has just like giant gray streaks in his hair. He looks up and goes, "Oh, another one." And the guardsman responds with, "Oh, no. It's just a question for you." Right, just a question. What's your question?
Arabella, who I think walking with the guards has put her like some subconscious part of her mind into soldier mode, so she's kind of just standing at ease, hands behind her back. You've arrested my brother. I would like to speak to him if that's possible.
What's his name?
Mario.
Mario. I have a Mario, to be sure, accused of being a witch, and you say you're blood related to him?
Adopted.
Adopted, I see.
I know the resemblance is striking, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now, I'm afraid your brother is in solitary confinement for the moment. We don't take the charge of witchdom lightly, so I'm afraid you can't see him.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Why solitary confinement?
Witches are known to, for lack of a better word, bewitch people, so we won't have anyone meeting with him before he can go in front of the magistrate, who has certain protections against such things, as is necessary in an environment run by a tyrant overlord vampire.
A tyrant overlord vampire who can also bewitch people and like spread false information.
Precisely. Yep. So we have a room set up specifically for anti-vampiric purposes. You're more than welcome to attend the trial, however.
Okay.
Are those three
And
with
there's-
you? As like the three of you kind of walked in.
Wave. Hi, Bella.
I see they are.
Yeah. Anyway. So there's no way I can talk to my brother.
Not until the trial, no.
When is the trial?
We are currently waiting in a lineup of 4 people. You're more than welcome to go to the trial room beforehand, and if you draw some sort of entertainment from watching people be judged, he should be up there shortly, I'd say within 2, maybe 3 hours. It's been a particularly slow festival today. Very few people getting too inebriated, which is a pity. Means there's not a lot of booze left, and I was looking forward to a drink after I got off shift.
Oh, but we were gonna go fix that.
You are? How?
Yeah. We were told to go talk to the people at the brewery, but we hadn't yet because our friend got arrested, and then yeah.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Advantage, persuasion.
Perception.
That was so fun.
What is?
Come on.
Like, I don't
That
even
have-
need to be, like, actively doing bad things to you people. I just gotta tell a story. It's great.
Alright,
Um,
it's been 20 minutes,
Nice.
man. Are you okay?
He looks you, like, up and down and goes, "Right. You're the adventuring type, huh?"
Yes.
Thank you.
Or at least I'd hope so.
You don't look
I
like
wouldn't
it.
be here if I wasn't. Well, excuse me. What would you prefer an adventuring type look like?
Yeah.
More like her, and
Definitely
points
not
towards Arabella.
I will have you know that my appearance is based on my mood and not what I can do.
I feel like that was
Wait.
an insult.
You're a shifter?
Changeling.
You know, we are learning a lot about the town.
I will
minutes
say
before
out
we play.
loud as Lilith says that she did pass the silver test. You can ask the gods.
Do you want me to hold more silver? And she like reaches into her pocket and pulls out another silver coin. Like,
No, give me your hand.
okay, and holds it in her hand.
He takes out a silver pin and actually pricks you for 1 point of damage. You don't react, and he just nods his head and goes, "All right." I understand. You're all newcomers. Your accents and faces are unfamiliar to one who frequents taverns such as myself. I think you need to be further acquainted with our laws, and,
That's what I'm saying. Why lock somebody up who didn't know your laws? But
Well,
whatever.
we did
Because-
like just get here.
ignorance is no excuse. If I just said,
Education is
I didn't
more-
know murder was a crime, should I be able to murder people? No! The same goes
Okay,
for
but-
every crime. It must be treated equally severely. Otherwise, people get this idea they can just disobey the laws, and that leads to chaos, and chaos means the devil
fine.
wins.
What devil?
The one that lives in the castle.
Oh, Strahd. Okay.
I covered her mouth immediately.
Girly, don't say that name.
Crimson's
sorry.
gonna have a heart attack from this conversation. She turns and leaves the
Therian is gonna lean over to Lilith and go, "If you keep saying that name, we are going to get in trouble. Please don't.
It's just a name.
Listen to me, girly.
Not just a name."
You
my
don't
name
do
is
magic in
Lilith.
public.
Well, that's stupid.
Okay. Right. Understand that.
Nothing supernatural in public to spook the people.
Oh, okay, so maybe stay in the same floor.
I'm just mean.
We do not say that name.
You just do like
Enjoy the festivals and laugh and be happy. Obey those 4 laws and you shouldn't be seeing me again. Because trust me, if I'm seeing you again and we're not having a drink in hand, I'm just going to throw you in prison for a year. You understand?
Oh. That'd be detrimental.
So-
Exactly.
I can't see my brother.
Your brother's probably just gonna get a slap on the wrist because he's new and didn't know.
Now, are you willing to wait here? Do you want to go into the trial room, or are you going to come back in a few hours?
I am gonna turn to like the other ones. Like, well, the Edwin. I mean, no, Erwin. Yeah, that's it, Erwin. Did ask us to go check out the brewery, regardless of what some people think. So if you guys just wanted to kill a few hours and come with me and Therian to do that,
As much as I would very much like to participate in that, my
You-
brother is here. I don't want to leave.
You're going to the Wizard of Wines winery?
yes,
You are aware that's like a 3-day trip, right?
no. How far
Yeah.
is the lake?
The lake? Oh, it's on the edge of town. Could get there in half an
Let's
hour
go
or
do
so.
that. Let's go to the lake.
What?
What?
Yeah, you remember the bard last night telling a story?
And that was a story. It wasn't real.
He said there was still someone fishing out there. Even if there is a sea monster. Sea monster? Lake
Arabella
monster?
makes a good point, and seeing as how the brewery is 3 days away, we can't just go do that.
3-day trip. It's a day and a half there, a day and a half back.
So,
I'd suggest you stop at the old tower, because traveling at night's a bad idea. If that's indeed what you want to do.
we wait a couple hours.
It's a whole festival. There's stuff for us to do. Oh, guys, I'm not cursed with the monkey anymore.
Oh, that's good. But it's so nice to get the monkey off your back.
Yeah, I don't want to. We
Really?
have to.
Lilith, take inspiration for that. Stupid but good.
I think Mario's diary entry should get inspiration.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Mario totally has inspiration. I'm enjoying this so much. Like little
I had
mini
just
stuff.
gotten started.
I loved the song. I loved the song lyrics you pretended to add. You added to your.
I mean, he doesn't know where they come from. He just, read them and was like, "Hey, you sound pretty cool." Start, going.
Hey, what's the dwarf guy's name? He didn't tell us, right?
He
No.
didn't tell us.
We also don't know
Um,
the captain's name. Fun.
What's your name?
One who is in polite society typically introduces themselves first, but since you don't look to be too polite, soldier, my name is Warden Mikkelsen.
Hi. My
Hi.
name's Arabella.
Whatever, soldier girl.
I like this dwarf.
Huh?
We
No,
can all go do the festival. As long as we don't leave town, we'll come back in a couple hours. If you're in this room for any longer, I don't think you're going to leave this room.
I don't know what you mean.
And I'm looking at Arabella.
I'll look back at Therian with like a challenging look in her eyes. What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, wait, I want to add something into this because I'm actually behind them. So you look at Therian say that, and I'm just there, just like pulling my face and like doing really stupid faces behind him.
Arabella has to look away because
Excellent.
her shoulders are shaking from trying to like hold in the laughter, and then just a little comes out.
Oh, I guess the warden would also see that, but they
Yeah.
wouldn't.
He doesn't give two shits.
Excellent.
Let's go enjoy the festival so we don't end up where Mario is right now.
Okay.
We can come back in a couple hours when his hearing is. Can you, Mickelson, is that what you said your name was?
Warden Mickelson,
Warden.
yes.
Sorry, Warden. Can you send a guard for us when the trial, right before the trial starts?
Do you know where you're going to be?
We'll stay close by. I kind of stand out.
Yeah, he's shiny.
I'm not shiny.
You're very shiny.
I'm not.
All right, Shiny. I'll send someone to find you.
Thank you.
Warden's my new
Appreciate
best
it.
friend.
So, Mario, you're in the middle of going along with your song and your music, and you're singing, and then you hear like a faint rhythm, like somebody tapping their toe. And as you look, Strahd has appeared directly beside your bed, leaning against the wall, kind of tapping his foot and finger along to the melody of what you're singing.
You're muted.
I see. Out of fear, the music doesn't stop, but you can definitely like see his hands and like his posture like stiffen up.
There's almost
And
an
he goes,
audible like butthole clench right there.
yes, yes, you can crush Coleman Diamond right now. Hello,
Hello, my little
what's
friend.
what's going on?
I heard some lovely music coming from your room, and I thought I should visit.
Oh, you are just by the way, did that spell like the charm spell he had, what was it, under me and Theory,
Yeah,
did that
it wore,
vanish?
it
Did that
wore
go
off.
away?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, you are very much the charmer, and I appreciate that.
A charmer, you say? How accurate. Go ahead and roll a charisma saving throw.
God damn it. Charisma save, charisma save, charisma save, charisma save. Hey, I didn't say it this time. Nice. 18.
He looks into your eyes, and there's this swirling presence that almost seems to suck you in, and for just a moment, you get a glimpse, a faint peek into Strahd's mind as he attempted to pull you in, but instead, you didn't go where he wanted you to. You're not mesmerized by him, but you're in his mind. And you see, just for an instant, a beautiful woman wearing a long, flowing white gown, her hand extended upwards as she falls backwards off a cliff, her blonde hair streaming in the wind, her voice crying out, and her face twisted not in fear, but in anger and hatred. As she falls into the distance, your eyes kind of go black. And Strahd, and when you open them again, Strahd's glaring at you. Those were my memories, friend, not yours to take.
To be fair, you invited me in. Actually, you kind of cupped me under the chin and led me through. Um, so I apologize for running around in your underwear drawer and finding your um, unmentionables. But
At that, he grabs you by the throat. I rolled a nat 20 on my attack. So he grabs you by the throat and slams you into the wall hard enough for the stone itself to creak and bits of dust to flake down. That is 2d6 plus 8 damage. 18 points of damage. Near max.
oh no,
Are you still conscious?
no, I'm not. I'm out cold.
Okay, so he slams you, and you don't know what happens next, obviously. But you wake up a few hours later to a warden or a guardsman shaking you awake, and you feel groggy, your head heavy and burning, and you reach up to touch your neck, and you can feel 2 small puncture wounds.
Great. So he
And
bit through scar tissue.
your mouth tastes like iron. And as you rub your lips, you can see a bit of red, and you feel different.
Like different haha or different
Different strange.
strange. Why? No. Of course. Um, he's gonna basically like shimmy his shoulder on the ground and like cover where his neck hurts and just lick his lips.
Yeah, as you do so, like a bit of dust and stuff like from the stone gets in your mouth, and it's just this awful gritty texture and the taste of something heavy and irony, and not hot but frigid cold, like you were sucking on 1,000 ice cubes, kind of thing. As you
I
slowly get
hate
to
the
your
way you
feet,
phrase that.
as you
I
slowly
do.
get to your feet, you kind of feel wavery and thin. Everything goes fuzzy for a moment. Even your vision becomes this white and black landscape that swirls. So you finally get up. You just, and you still remember that last image of a woman screaming at you in anger as she jumps off a cliff to escape you.
Yeah, I knew not to fuck with him. Try to be polite between him and Carnella. I might not be long for this world. Is that guard still in front of me?
Yep, giving you an odd look.
Is it the same one from before? The one that was asking for anything?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Hey, I know you said if you can get me anything, can you give me some like water and maybe some space, some time to myself? I just don't know what happened. I guess I was
I'm
singing too loudly.
I'm sorry, love, but the magistrate is ready for you now.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be?
Here, and she does give you a glass of water.
Thank you. I just fucking glub, 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 glub.
It doesn't taste good. Like you put it to your lips, and as it fills your mouth, it tastes almost like it's ashes.
That can't be good. Um, so, magistrate. Yeah, let's
Absolutely.
proceed.
And she turns around, and you can see her neck and like the veins pulsing, and all of a sudden you can hear her heartbeat as it rings through your head. This attractive pulse that feels like the drums of an old tribal dance that pulls at you and makes you want to do something. Your body begins to flush from the sudden heat, and you feel hungry. Make a
Noticing the heat.
make a Constitution save and throw.
Okay. Fuck. I am not good at those.
Oh, you managed to stave off what's inside of you, but I need you to additionally make a Wisdom save.
Okay. Noticing the heat, can I like try to chill my body up? Or chill my body? Um. Ouch.
You notice that you like something pricks your tongue inside of your mouth. And as you're running your tongue along, you can feel your canines have gotten sharp and almost serrated.
If ever Bella was here, I would make the wildest joke of my life. Um, Lilith as well, because I'm pretty sure I got laid by Strahd. And this is what happens when you get laid. Get things,
Yeah.
gifts that you didn't ask for.
You've contracted a magical STI. Don't worry about it.
I was gonna say you got vampire AIDS.
Vampirism. Great.
I love the. I'm not like other girls. I'm into heartbeats. That's good. I like it. So, as you make your way into the magistrate's office with Arabella, Crimson, Lilith, and Therian all kind of crowding it around you, they look to be in decent repair. Most of them, Arabella looks a little scuffed for some reason. Lilith has this weird sort of lopsided grin, And Therian just looks exasperated. Crimson looks like he's been drinking a bit too much, but that's all okay. As you're brought to the front, there is a thin, almost Skeletor thin halfling. Like you can count the ribs through the robes he is currently wearing that are supposed to be loose, but are instead just like sucked to his flesh. And he goes, hello.
Hi.
I am led to understand you are a witch.
That appears to be so,
Good.
sir.
Good. Yes. Now, we have in your favor a veritable group of adventurers who say that you are a good person.
Who are they?
Those four right behind you. And you can see Therian, Lilith, Crimson, like giving you awkward little waves. Oh, Therian?
Do I notice what's going on with him from here? Because
You have
I
you have heightened senses, and you realize that Mario's heartbeat is exceedingly slow. It beats maybe 10 times a minute. So, also in your favor is that you willingly relinquished yourself to the guards once your crime was known. Is this true?
Yes.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
And that your magics were of a non-aggressive nature and nobody was harmed.
I ran into a group of people after getting money and dirty and did
Yes.
not want to mess the festival up and tried to clean it.
Good, good. Do you have official certification from a wizard under whom you have apprenticed?
No.
Which makes you an illegal magic user and therefore a witch. So,
Yes.
that being the case, do you have anything to say that might mitigate your circumstances?
Yes, actually. Um, I do not know the extent of circumstances that allow magic to be used, but I have used magic to help others, um, and not just with cleaning. If you ask the church or if they could attest to help, and the hunters as well, they could attest to myself and my group aiding in their plight at the time. Where yes, I used magic, but it was to help the whole those of the faith and the cloth, um, and
Good,
help aid the town.
good. This speaks well in your favor. Now, I must ask you, do you have any relations to any enemies of Vallaki that you wish to declare?
Any relations of enemies to Vallaki?
Yes.
Do you mean besides the I must harm and kill?
I'm sorry, are you saying you are under an oath to harm and kill the people of Vallaki?
No, the enemies of Vallaki. That's what you asked, right?
Oh, you wish to state that you are under an oath to help protect Vallaki by hunting and killing those who would be considered our enemies. Yes,
Indeed,
this
because
is
they
this is
are my
very
crusaders as well.
very good, very good, very good indeed. And you say you have helped hunters. Are there any specific hunters you would name that would come to your defense in such a case?
Um, there's Yav and uh, I forget his name, but we helped him stabilize him, and I cleaned him up and made sure he was presentable. and made sure his wounds were pretty clean for the ones who practice medicine to easily suture and help. He was very
Good.
important in the Hunters Guild.
Good. And you claim no relationship to any supernatural being that might be of fiendish or evil origin?
Um,
If you wish to lie, it is a DC 16 charisma saving throw.
I'm lying,
Okay.
straight up lying.
All right. Roll that save.
You said wet charisma,
Yep.
and I have inspiration.
You do.
I don't need it. Oh, thank God.
Oh my gosh.
So you look at him directly in the eyes, and what do you say?
Um,
I did not
I
have a
do not
relationship.
have. Oh shit! I didn't think I'd get this far. To be honest with you. My relationship with my patron is not one of evil, but of um, better self improvement to make a man out of one who has not become one yet, um, who will face the evils
He raises a
and who
hand
will.
and says, I need not know about how you gained your manhood, my friend. That's not relevant to this case. Um, I would find you derelict of the laws of our land, and such as, and insofar as not knowing them. The case of your magics was minuscule and affected no one aggressively. You did cause a minor panic, but not one that eclipsed the other issues of the day, meaning you sent no one into a frenzy. Your fine is 5 electrum, and you may leave immediately upon payment.
Thank you. He takes the electrum out of his. Because I got shmoney, don't I?
Yeah, you
I
do.
do got
Totally
shmoney.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna take the 5 electrum out of his pouch because I'm sure his hands will combine. Just take 5 electrum out of his pouch, put it on the altar stand, whatever that's going on,
Mhm.
and do a bow, keep his neck covered, and return to his group.
Okay. He's, fare thee well, Mario. I think that's how you say it. And
Indeed.
I trust I won't be seeing you in an official capacity anytime soon.
I really do hope not. Thank you for
Good,
your
good.
time, and thank you for your hospitality.
Of course, and refresh yourselves in the laws of our people before you cause another incident, please. Thank you. Next, and you see like this absolutely smashed person, like eyes are all askew, face is hyper flushed, he's a little drooling a little bit. I did not do it. As he walks into the room and you guys are ushered out.
Guys, I don't feel so good.
Was him touching an electrum fine?
Yep. Yep, he's still fine.
Hmm.
I do wear gloves, by the way.
Hmm.
I am gonna grab Mario's hand.
It is cold to the touch, even through the gloves.
We need to go. All of us need to go somewhere and have a check. Um, by the way, sis, uh, I called a mango.
I know.
And you didn't
Let's.
come.
I did actually. They wouldn't let me in.
No, didn't stop you before. It's a
You
joke.
know.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
When he opens his eyes to look at you, they are bloodshot, and the irises are more red.
Right. Why don't we go to the lake?
Yeah, the lake. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. As you all head into the building and take a kind of a sharp right, heading up towards Lake Salarovich, which is just to the north here, Mario, as you step outside, you are beset by the sense and smell of the town like you've never been accustomed to them before. The sky overhead, though overcast and leaning towards evening, is extraordinarily bright to your eyes, to the point of nearly hurting your vision. As you look around, you don't see people as people, these walking forms, but rather these smears of red that, as you focus, gives you the sensation of hunger, and a pulse to them reminds you of a heartbeat. Like they're just roving food banks for you. Not people, per se. Just cattle. And this drives a sense of hunger, which with your constitution save of before, you're able to kind of force it back down, but you feel something lurking in the back of your mind, just pushing you to eat something.
God, I am fucking hungry.
Right. Well, I've got food in my bag.
Sure, yeah, anything.
I pull out jerky.
Yeah. You have the scent of, like, when it comes close to you, it just smells like dead, rotting things. As you put it in your mouth, it's ashen to the taste. Like you're eating a chunk of wood. Yes,
Just take a
Mario
bite,
does
like,
now
back.
recognize all beings as absolute snacks. It's true.
Yes. The most wholesome played, the most tried to be wholesome played character is now looking at everybody like snacks.
Yeah. And you can't blame me, but you can blame
No, you cannot.
Abby.
Thank you, Abby. I have not seen you before on
Was it the
stream,
woe?
No, it
but
wasn't the woe.
thank you.
The
Oh,
woe is yet to come.
wonderful.
All right,
Hungry.
so
So one of them's now a vampire, and it's not Lilith, surprisingly.
I need Tyrion so bad, but I know he's on the phone. But to the lake.
Yeah, to the lake.
Oh, out of character. What are my hit points at now?
oddly enough, that short rest was enough to recharge all of your hit points. It just made
There we
you
go.
very hungry. All right, you guys head to the north. As you get relatively far to the north, the sun almost fully sets in Barovia, and you can see the faint crescent of light, that last little gasp of sunlight that illuminates the clouds in a bit of red, that Mario, you find aesthetically pleasing all of a sudden. It's beautiful. Much more so than you could appreciate before. You can see a dozen different colors in the red sunset now. Instead of just two or three, a dozen different shades of scarlet and crimson.
He's just gonna stare at the sunset, like an uncanny, like, just staring off in the distance. Just soak everything in. Let it envelop him, so to speak. The sky god has gone quiet.
The Sky God is explaining what a $10 donation gets you for extra life stuff. So,
Yeah.
as you make your way into the lake, it's that the fog slowly begins to roll in as the air chills with its last gasp of warmth sort of leaving. You can see at the very distant edge of the lake, about 10 minutes away from you, there is a man who throws a large bottle off to the side. You can see it spin and crash. No liquid left inside, just glass scattering. Mario, this is really easy for you to see, actually. You can see on the inside of the boat, almost contained or chained in something, another red smear, small, adolescent, maybe younger, that seems to be struggling against something as the man gets into the boat. The rest of you only see a sack and a man getting in a boat as he's rowing out towards the center of the lake.
Guys, there's something in that sack, and it's moving, not unlike a fish, but more small and childlike. If that makes sense. That's what I think I saw. I don't.
Wait, wasn't there a child we were supposed to be looking for?
Yes, the brother of the kid.
Mario,
Yes,
are
I'm.
you insinuating that that guy has a kid in his sack?
It's a kitty bag.
Again, I hate
Some
those
sacks are
very
full of
bad.
kids, man.
Of course they are. I'm insinuating something is not right, and that man is rowing
Jesus
to the middle of the lake.
So we should probably stop him.
Yep, I'm on it.
Okay. Are you guys running forward?
Yeah,
Uh,
yes, I am.
Darian would like to pull Mario aside.
We can't. We're about to save a kid that's in a sack.
You can do that.
Okay.
But
So
I was on the phone,
that's
No,
fair.
I get you.
so I couldn't say anything.
If you guys did walk, you had some time. So if you guys want to
Yeah.
have time to you pull him aside when he's maybe admiring the newly found colors in the sunset, you can definitely do that. But anyone who wants to run after the kid, once this scene is done, I'll get you to roll an athletics check, please. But Mario and Therian, you guys can actually have a discussion off to the side before all this happens. I, instead, am going to devour a frog.
Athletics, or could we do
Therian
acrobatic?
buddy. Jeez.
Athletics.
Therian buddy. You know that thing that's inside of you that tries to rush forth? I remember when we were sparring, it was showing its face. I think I might have got
Yes.
that too.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, that's what I figured.
And
Just
he
a-
pulls his
I'm actually
cloak-
gonna
he
take a
pulls his
moment.
cloak down and shows his neck.
So Mario, around Therian, you get the scent of half-rotten meat. Not appetizing, really distasteful. Gives this feeling in your mouth of needing to vomit. Therian, around Mario, you actually feel a sense of inferiority. Like you can't. It reminds you of being around a full-fledged vampire
Around
who's
my
not.
father.
Yeah. There's this innate sense of fear and dread as your beast, what's inside of you, recognizes something far stronger. But
Yeah.
he smells like a 9-course meal to you, like something that would be beyond tasty. All right, go ahead.
Did you bathe recently? Not to be rude, buddy, but I've had rotted fish that's tasted better and smelled better.
Yes, that's what I have to deal with. You,
Wait, you mean
You
I smell
are-
like this all the time? To you?
oh no, right now you smell delectable. But for a totally different reason. But that hunger is going to eat at you very quickly.
You know who paid a visit.
I can guess.
I saw something. It was a woman bathed in white, and she was falling. And from what he tried to do, it looked like he tried to suck me in, and phrasing, tried to suck me in and charm us like he did before. But it didn't work this time. Instead, I saw some of his memories, and it's just a woman just with pure anger and blonde-headed. I don't know who that is, but it angered him. Hell, I even tried to apologize, but that didn't seem to work. Last thing I remember is my neck tight, a thud, and I woke up, my neck hurting, these very noticeable bite marks in my
I
mouth,
think I might be able
tasting
to fix
blood.
that. The bite marks, at least.
Oh, Again, if you
Um,
tell me right now you're gonna suck the bite marks away, please don't.
no, that's not what I was going to do. It's
Okay.
similar, but no.
What do you mean
Um,
similar?
DM, when vampires bite, if they decide to lick, the bite marks go away. So this is gonna be really weird for Mario. I'm just gonna give him like a hug, like hey, it'll be okay for like the rest of them. The only person, if they're paying attention, would be Lilith. Would understand what this is. But I lean and lick where Strahd bit him.
And I shove you as hard as I fucking can.
I'm just trying to get rid of the bite
Okay.
I
marks.
know. I'm sorry. It's still sensitive. I know you're
So
trying to get rid of that.
you lick him, and you get just a taste of his blood, and immediately you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
Another reason why I shoved you as hard as I fucking can.
Oh. Oh boy.
Oh, we've been rolling so great tonight too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back at. I didn't roll for the beginning of my day. Like I was supposed to.
Yeah,
Give me-
do both. Yeah. Also, I'm excited.
Okay.
I have non-alcoholic, pretend alcoholic beverages, so I can
Ooh.
drink.
Okay, so the DC would be 14.
DC for the start of your day. Yeah.
No, the hunger is just a D10. The DC to not frenzy is.
It would
10
be.
plus-
It's going to be heightened.
Okay, so
Um,
either way it fails.
You fail.
Oh no.
Oh,
With
it did.
that roll,
It didn't show up for me.
it's in GM.
Oh, that's why. Yep. All right. So you immediately, like, you lick just the side of his neck, and you get shoved away. And as your eyes open again, Mario, you see his eyes are more slitted and ophidian, very snake-like. The fangs in his mouth have grown to almost overlap his lips. And as his tongue kind of snakes back in, there's just this grin and a feral growl that erupts from underneath all of that shiny armor. I need you both to roll for initiative.
No.
Okay. Oh, no. Why do I keep doing that? I want to send results to this turn tracker. No valid token selected.
That's just because I don't have a combat started, so it just doesn't
No,
matter.
but I'm saying like how to. I mean, it was an 8. We both got 8.
You go
Okay.
first though because you have a higher dex.
Because in this case, Therian, you're a monster, you go last, not because of the dex thing. Because Therian is currently a monster, equivalent to a vampiric spawn. He has lost all reasonable control.
Seeing him snarl out like that, Mario's gonna do the natural thing, draw the rapier, his shield in his his buckler on his left hand.
Mhm.
He gets snarled at. Mario's gonna snarl back, fangs like all out. Fuck it, he's leaning into it at this point.
Okay.
Okay, DM, did the bite marks go away? That was my main.
They did not, unfortunately. Your saliva is not powerful enough to override Strahd's. Yeah. Strahd purposely left the wounds to cause trouble, so it was an intentional thing. All right.
Luckily, you have a scarf, right?
Yeah, he does to hide the already scar wound
Cloak,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mario, what are you
I have
doing?
a lot to tell Arabella. I am. There's actually a few things I can do, but I am going to, if you don't mind, can I roll an intelligence? I can just roll a flat d20 for intelligence to see if I take the smart route or take the not so smart.
Actually, before we get started on this, I'm aware that this has already happened, but we do have a yellow on PvP. If you guys are both okay with going into PvP, that's okay. Otherwise, we'll call it a fade to black, and we'll have a description of what happened in the combat afterwards. But are you both okay with the PvP right now? Do you still want to go through with it?
Fine.
You're both on? Okay. So go ahead and make an intelligence check. You have advantage at the moment. Because your beast is not fighting against you, it's trying to help you.
Oh god, how do I do that? Intelligence. That's not a saving throw.
It's intelligence. It's just a raw intelligence check. Yeah.
You just click the.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, smart route. So he snarls, well, I snarl, and I'm going to cast Sleep at first level.
All right, go ahead and roll.
It doesn't put me down.
No, it does not.
No.
Of course not. Of course it doesn't.
No.
Mm.
You cast the sleep spell as the dust kind of leaves your hand, scattering against Therian. There's this moment where the eyes droop and then they like wide open again, with that kind of rictus grin growing larger as it resisted your attempts to drive it to sleep. Therian, you need to make a strength-based bite attack. So just roll a strength attack.
Oh, I actually have something set up for this.
Didn't have to roll to hit.
Yep.
Because I have the vampiric bite ability already.
Okay.
So it's strength or con base, which is the same for me.
Where's my cellular device?
So it's just a.
Sorry, the first will be a strength-based claw attack. That's what it is.
And let me. Strength. How much damage does it do?
2d4 plus strength. So you can see in his bestial form, Therian's claws have like doubled in length. The teeth have all grown, and there's a more muscular look as they've kind of given themselves over to the beast.
Does my strength go up in this situation?
It does not. No.
Okay. So there's the. Make sure I'm not on public. Do I have advantage?
You do not. No.
Just verifying.
A 19 to hit.
19. Hold on. Sorry, trying to get back to my stuff.
Fuck.
Arm class is 17. I'm gonna shield that.
Okay. Then you have a secondary claw attack, Therian. Go ahead.
I forgot about the second one.
Missing.
And 8 misses. Okay. Mario. At this point, everyone can make perception checks. They've been pulled off to the side of the path. The DC is 15. If you score above a 15, you can hear the scuffle starting.
Good old crib.
I didn't mean to roll that as advantage.
It's okay. You'll take the first one.
20.
Yeah. So you're both aware of it. You can take your turns moving closer, or you can do something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
You've already been warned.
doesn't matter. She's not gonna listen.
All right. I'll get both of you to roll initiative then. And Mario, it's your turn.
I really, really don't hurt you. Apparently it's not stopped. Fuck, man. This is such a damn gamble right now. Let's see. I'm gonna try one more time, big guy. Not necessarily. No, actually, no. I'm gonna try sleep one more time.
Okay. Nope.
All
You're
right.
You're just backing up, throwing like fistfuls of sand, doing your best to get this person to get knocked out. It's not happening. Therian, you're up. You make a claw attack.
Okay.
You're going to make another claw attack. Okay, you're just rushing at Mario, doing your best to claw the crap out of them, but it's not quite landing. At this point, Crimson, you brush in. You walk into the brush. You can see like Therian, but bigger, has changed and is clawing, like massive claws, trying to scratch the crap out of Mario.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do?
Double daggers.
Okay.
Flipped around.
Okay, so bludgeoning damage, got it.
If I go behind him, do I have advantage with Mario?
Yes, you do.
Excellent. Sorry, buddy. Doing non-lethal damage.
Lilith, I don't think you would know that.
Know what?
That Therian licked me.
No,
you
I
would.
was explaining. I was explaining to. Just,
Oh,
I was
gotcha.
just explaining to
Okay.
Pigeon
All right,
what's
so
going on.
7 points of bludgeoning damage to Therian. And then you still have your offhand attack, good sir.
I do.
Unfortunately, the second one doesn't quite connect. All right, then it's going to go to Lilith.
Yeah, Lilith is gonna try to put herself between Mario and Therian.
Okay, like you
Um,
would have to grapple one of them to get in between.
Yeah,
Okay, so, like,
we're like up
All right.
close and personal.
next
There's no
to them.
space between.
Like
I
this.
guess, but I'm just gonna kind of like put my hand on Therian's shoulder and be like, Therian, you need to calm down. It's fine. It's just Mario. You need to calm down.
Roll
But I
a.
do want to try to charm him though.
Okay, that would be fair. So go ahead. What are you attempting to use? What spell?
Charm person.
Okay, Therian, you have advantage again on the save against this.
And that's a wisdom.
That's a wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've charmed.
No, that does not. Yeah. And I'll just be like, okay, I need you to calm down. Let Mario go, and just sit down.
Okay, make another save against your frenzy, this time with advantage. The DC is 16. Because of the blood in your mouth. Okay, you just passed. All right. You managed to calm down. The muscles shrink, the claws like break off, and your teeth kind of push back into your face. Your eyes go back to being circular instead of slitted. And you just have this. By the way, your hunger is completely satiated from that one lick.
Like down to 1 or 0?
Down to 1.
Because 0 means
Yeah.
0 means I killed someone.
I just want to point out another thing. Once again, somehow, Arabella still doesn't know.
Still doesn't know.
Still doesn't know.
So Arabelle, you come like busting into the brush directly after the calming down has happened. You see two big welts, or one big welt on the back of Therian's head. Like there's a little dent in the helmet, and he's just like, ouch.
I'm clearly
Hand
missed
shaking.
something.
I'm gonna look at Therian and be like, now aren't you glad that I didn't listen to you?
No, because if that would have failed, you were a target.
Ooh,
But
it's not the first time you've bit me.
Yeah, can we please refrain from biting jokes, licking jokes?
We
Oh,
don't. We
it's
still don't know
simple,
what's
eh?
going wrong with you, so I have no idea why.
I
you're
don't
saying
either, but the word bite, lick, feed just don't
I'll pull
just
the
don't resonate very
vial.
well with me.
I'll pull the vial out. Does it smell just like he does right now?
Yep.
Fuck.
Ooh. Okay. Do you have your GM up right now?
My GM chat? Yeah, I can.
I know you guys are doing this too. Guys, as much as we need to, we definitely need to talk eventually. But I think we have a child to save. That God, the boat's probably getting away.
This happened before the boat incident, so you guys are fine.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so as you get closer, you can see like you're about 10 minutes away from the shore. There's not a whole lot of grass or scrub or brush between you and them. So you can see at the edge of the lake there's a small dock, and he is currently pushing off the dock. So you have about 10 minutes. Just like that, the edge of your vision for everyone except for Mario and Therian. You guys can of course see a little bit further. But it was an athletics check to get there, which means Mario and Therian will get you both to roll athletics checks, because I think everyone else did.
I think my inspiration to it.
I accidentally rolled the GM, but
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it was 19.
11.
Good. So Crimson and Therian, you both take off as fast as you can. The rest of them are like clunky somehow. Even though Therian's like wearing like full armor, just books it. They're super fast. Those Dompier reflexes, getting them very close very quickly. As you get to the boat, you now, Therian, can see and hear the second heartbeat. Crimson, you can see that there's a person. You can smell.
You want the rest?
You can smell the booze at this point on this person, and you can see beside like the broken bottle has this thick kind of greenish tinge to it, like a wine bottle. And as you get close, the wafting scent of alcohol almost burns your eyes. What do you guys want to do?
Wanna?
They're like off the docks in the water a little bit now.
Yeah, they're about 20 feet into the water.
But they're walking. They're not on a boat.
No, they're in a boat. Yeah. He's like
Alright.
pushed off. They're about 20 feet into the water.
This is
Can I
gonna
rouse the blood and try to jump?
wait. I have a plan. All right, we've never done this before, Therian, but we're gonna combine. All right, because I'm sure you're a little bit ahead of me. You're gonna go do the thing where you're just gonna like sit down and like give me a freaking lift off, and I'm gonna leap into that boat.
Good old set.
Lilith is just gonna try to swim towards the boat.
'Cause I think you
She's
rolled
normal.
higher
Yeah.
than me, so you're probably a little bit ahead of me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Crimson, you're going to roll an athletics check with advantage.
athletics or acrobatics?
I'd allow acrobatics in this circumstance. Yeah.
Excellent.
If you're gonna
Oh,
do that, can Mario do it too? 'Cause Mario did the acrobatics.
Nice.
So Therian, you're there. You got your muscles bunched and ready. You can feel the kind of pulse of the adrenaline in your veins. You go to lift up, and as you're lifting up to get over your head to do that boost, Crimson like slips on your hand somehow and just knees you in the face and ends up tumbling into the drink.
At that
Well,
point,
that's not
Therian
that
would
bad.
At that point, Therian would then bunch up his like muscles and try to arouse the blood, having
Okay.
now been fed more than he has been in a while.
That's an athletics check with
and-
advantage.
And a hunger check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
To just jump to the boat.
21. You just take a moment and you like try to get your senses back as your nose bleeds a little bit. You kind of push your way back. You let the beast kind of take over, so your muscles bunch up again, and you run at superhuman speeds, leaping the distance, landing in the boat, barely rocking it. As you land dead center, you turn towards the gentleman who just looks a little glazed. He goes, "Are you here to fish too?"
That doesn't look like fishing.
Well, made out of poles, see? He points down to a fishing pole. And a net. And they got some bait,
I'm-
and he kicks the squirming sack.
I want to full out deck him.
Go ahead and attack. With advantage,
Um,
because he is drunk.
And would be the same damage right now as the claw was.
No, it would just be a regular 1 plus your strength.
Okay, so 3 damage.
Rip this dude's head off. No questions asked.
So you full out deck him, punching him, and like you can almost feel his jaw crack as he just tumbles to the bottom of the boat, absolutely unconscious. I just need you to hit him because he has 1 hit point. You can hear a faint sobbing noise coming
Oh,
from the
I
sack.
killed him.
No, he's one hit point because he's drunk. That's not his maximum.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
was like, oh no. I just killed man. I don't want a repeat of Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
And yeah, I'll just open the sack.
Okay, inside you find a shivering, crying girl, probably 8 or 9 years old. She's been battered and bruised, but she seems to be doing okay. So she looks up at you. She like growls and then tries to claw at your face.
I let her hit me. I don't really care.
Okay. She
will-
scratches you. She goes, "You're not gonna take me anywhere."
I'm here to save you. Look.
Oh, oh, huh.
And I will slowly reach my hand out to her, just one hand. And if she touches it, I will use lay on hands.
So even with one point of healing, the
5. Yeah.
5, yeah, the bruises quickly fade away, and as she kind of, oh, you're a healer. That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Okay. Let's
Um,
get you back to shore.
she kind of takes the cloth sack down, notices the guy in like the bottom of the boat, and you can see her face start to change and darken a little bit.
He's just unconscious.
Just unconscious. He should be
Yes.
dead. And she like goes to start shoving him out of the boat. Like her tiny little weight against this massive, like blubbering mass of a person. She's trying to push him out of the boat so he drowns.
Are you the only one he's done this to?
I don't know, but one's enough, isn't it? And she's still pushing.
Do
At
we
this
see
point-
this, by the way?
Yeah.
I'll pick her up.
At this point,
Yeah.
Crimson, Mario, Lilith, Arbel, you've all like swum to the edge of the boat, and you can see this feisty little girl trying to drown the big guy who like kidnapped her.
No,
We
I'm
can
not-
have a
I'm
conversation
definitely
though,
not in the-
right?
I'm definitely not in the water. I'm definitely still like face planted in the dirt, just
Fair.
going like, why did this not work?
Oh, we can hear the conversation though, right?
Yeah, you guys could hear the conversation.
Yeah, Lilith's gonna be like, she has a point.
How
Then
about
you
we
take her.
ask questions before we? How about we ask questions before we shoot? She's not the only one this has happened to.
There's
We
a sudden
could save others.
There's a sudden crackling noise, a sudden boom, and you see in the distance there's a person on the other side of the lake pointing at the water, and a sudden lightning bolt springs out of their fingers. And then he kind of wades into the water, picks up a couple of fish, and leaves.
Isn't magic forbidden in this town?
Yep.
In town. We're not in town. We're out in the outskirts.
Okay, cool.
It's forbidden. It's forbidden being seen.
Being seen. Right.
Yeah, it's only illegal if you get caught.
Right. Mars is gonna fire off an Eldritch Blast in the fucking sky just because it's like, oh, finally.
Just
Fucking.
Your Eldritch Blast has changed from this like purplish color to being pure crimson red.
that fits.
And as it goes into the
Mm.
sky, it like little bits of ice begin to flake off of it and fall gently to the ground.
It's not the same colors it used to be. Great.
Mario, I think your Eldritch Blast is broken.
I think you've hit
No.
magic puberty.
Listen.
It happens. It happens to every young mage. You know.
Witch, he's a witch.
I'm 22.
Every young
happens-
witch has to go through this.
Oh, you're so
I'm
So
young.
you're a
20.
late bloomer. That's okay.
You're so
It's
young.
okay to be a late bloomer.
Most humans don't. You know what?
Humans, why do you say it like that?
You know what? Because we have other creatures besides humans.
Okay. With that, with you guys having rescued this lovely, charming young lady, most of you crawling or getting into the boat by efficient means, we're going to have a quick 10 to 15 minute break. I'm going to say 15 minutes, so 7:15 we will be back. But until then, enjoy yourselves, my friends. Try not to get in too much trouble, and try not to summon Strahd too many more times. All right.
really annoying.
All right. Hello, my wonderful
hurry
folks.
up.
We're currently waiting on Mario, but that's okay. He's doing his thing. So you folks have like broken this poor person's jaw. He's currently on the bottom of the boat, about to be pushed into the water by a small but feisty girl, who looks to be 8 or 9 years old.
Lilith's gonna try to help her.
Yeah, me too.
So you're just gonna push the drunkard into the drink.
He was
YOLO.
gonna use the kid as sea monster bait.
Absolutely.
So,
So
yeah.
you just roll him over. You can see like out beside him, kind of it
I would
clatters.
search his pockets before that happens.
Okay, so you do a quick investigation check, please.
Like, don't dump him in case there's something good there. You're gonna kill him anyway. Might as well loot him, right?
D&D hero logic. Gonna kill him? Loot him.
Hey, we're not here. We're the not hosts.
We need to ask
That was
Liars.
garbage.
kill him, and then we can.
That was a 1. I don't
So
have
as-
advantage on that.
Yeah, as you folks are pushing him over into the drink, you can see a small dagger around that big, little more than like a pocket or pen knife, flips off into the distance. And as you watch it sink into the water, you can see that at the very tip of it there is a large ruby that slowly descends along with the knife.
I'm gonna go get it. I don't need to breathe.
It's true. But you
Heavy
watch.
armor, too.
You watch as something snakes a tentacle up, grabs
Nope.
the body, and drags it down.
Yep.
Would you like to go get that dagger? Or would you like to
Nope.
jump in? I'll let you jump in.
Oh no, I'm worried about an aboleth now. No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
He was like, "Isn't it happening?"
I mean, like, I have no issues letting you jump in. I just wanted to describe the danger to you first.
Tentacled monsters. I'm all in.
Aboleth, kraken, giant octopus.
Spore Guardian, which is a fungal octopus. They're adorable.
in
They
a good
Need to
way or a
remind
bad way?
everybody we are still level 2.
And
Okay.
Avalon is way out of our level.
So as you guys kind of watch this body get dragged under, there's a last gasp of air, a bubble that kind of breaches the surface, and a faint puff of some sort of glittery yellow substance that slowly falls to the lake again, scattering out and then drifting down into the deep. You get the faint sound of something large moving underneath the boat, and it creates, like, you can tell it's far beneath, but it creates these ripples.
Going.
All right,
I'm
let's just
rowing it back in. Yeah.
You folks row back in, and the little girl's like, You're not from here.
Nope.
Oh, that makes sense. Did you come in
What
with a
gave it away?
Vistani?
Yes.
What is that?
What's what?
That in the water.
No idea. None.
Wonderful. Just.
Are you hurt anywhere?
No, your
Thanks to me.
friend.
My name's Therian.
He's a Dompier.
You know a lot.
How do you know that?
As Mario says that he's gonna cast prestidigitation to clean her up.
Arabella is present for this.
I know he's very damp. We're at a lake. Anyway,
Stop it!
What do you?
Hey,
how do you know that he's
You're
a
almost a
vampire?
vampire.
Excuse me.
Excuse
You're
me?
almost a vampire.
Who are you referring to?
You.
Is it at this point
Oh.
that both Crimson and Arabella just stare daggers into Mario? Like,
Oh,
what?
and you're a
And
changeling.
Who are you?
My name's
What are
Arabelle.
you?
Arabelle. Hey, this is Arabella.
Oh, hello.
hi. We
I'm
have
a-
What are
very
you?
similar names.
I'm a Vistani.
Oh, well, yes,
That makes a
I am
lot
a
of sense.
changeling.
You-
You said almost vampire. This is news to me. Is there
Just
a way
one
to
second.
make sure
Shush,
he-
shush, 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 shush. You're haunted.
Well, yes. I do indeed have ghosts. Anyway,
Mars,
you said
Mars
almost
gonna kneel.
vampire. Go ahead.
No, you go.
You're all
I was like-
talking real like together.
Is there a way to make it so that he doesn't become a full vampire?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mars are gonna like kneel down like in the boat and like look into her eyes to see if he's like sees anything like strange. How like if you can see like how she gauges all this information just by looking at us.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but she's actively been sniffing you.
I'm gonna
Is there
sniff back. I don't.
Yeah.
Is this a greeting?
No,
What's
it's
she
not.
smell like?
It's not. Like damp cinnamon.
That is
To
very edible.
the two of you, she smells warm, like a mother's embrace, or like cupcakes just out of the oven, or fresh coffee, just warmth.
She's a kid, right?
Yep.
Okay. Where do you live? Could we take you back?
I live wherever I want to, but right now, I think my uncle's camp is set outside of Vallaki. He should be
Can we
anyway.
take you there?
Well, I'd appreciate it.
We need
Sweet.
to go to Vallaki anyway, but we're in Vallaki, right?
Yeah, you're
We
just
are.
just north. You had to pass through the gates to get here. Yeah.
What was the other town called?
Which one?
Out of character. What was the other town called?
There are two more towns that you guys know of. There's one to the far west, which is called Kresk, and the actual village of Barovia to the east. And then Vallaki is right in the middle.
Wasn't there one that we needed to go to?
The one that
Yeah,
we were
for the
supposed to pick
saint?
up stuff from
The Abbey.
for the guy in the basement.
The Abbey of Saint Markovia is in Kresk.
Oh, it's in Kresk. Okay.
Boy,
Alright.
we have
Smell
a
like
lot
a.
to do.
You smell like a newborn.
Again, who?
You.
Okay.
Liv's gonna lean over and like take a big whiff of Mario.
He smells cold to you, like a fresh winter's morning, or dew just freezing on the tips of grass. Just that fresh, clean scent of cold.
Is there wind?
Like a dryer sheet.
Yeah, very little bits of wind. Yeah.
Can I like do that thing that I do where I speak to the wind, like the Lorax of the wind?
I will make a religion check for me.
Okay. Religion.
Not Therian over here contemplating drinking the vial that was given to him.
As it kind
I was
of
about to say drinking the child, and I was gonna be like, no.
no, as the wind curls around you, and you watch as it moves around this child and like stirs their hair, you get the sense that this child is dangerous. Maybe not to you, but has power. Capital P, power. She's someone important. And you feel a sense of fate drawing you to her.
Okay.
Like a mother to her child.
While I've had my head kind of turned, because it's cocked because I'm listening to the wind, I would like to just reach out and tap Crimson twice on his back.
Fair.
And then just kind of lean towards the kid.
There's a small bump as Therian, having rown you guys the whole time, is now made the way back to the dock and is kind of pushed up slightly into the damp earth around the lake. You all kind of smell like magic, though. Just a little.
Apparently that's illegal.
So?
That's what I'm saying.
Only cities have laws. You avoid the cities, you avoid the laws.
Yeah, but then if we avoid the cities, we get hunted by other things. And I pretty much like living.
Not if you're a Vistani.
Speak. You don't like
Living.
Vistani don't like living?
No. The Vistani don't get hunted. We hunt.
Oh.
We are not the
Is-
hunted.
I like the sound of the Vistani. Can you become a Vistani?
I'm a little young to marry you. I'm going to be honest.
That's not what I meant, and I think I'm already engaged to someone.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, that's technically true.
Madam Ava said that she had a grandson.
Oh, Grandmom said
You
you could
didn't
marry
agree
him.
to it.
That's nice.
Did you just say grandmom?
What?
Did you say grandmom?
Did I?
You did.
Yeah, you did.
Madam Ava is your grandmother. You know what? That
Yeah.
explains literally everything.
Why?
So obviously we have to, because Madam Ava knew things that we didn't know or want to be found out about ourselves, and she just had this air of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Power?
No. Maybe you can help me, little one. What's the air of what? The air of,
Mystery? Mystique? Power?
that's right,
I
creepy.
said power.
So,
Oh,
you know,
creepy. Yeah, that's fair.
Matron.
She has this like really dry laugh. I try to imitate it sometimes. I can't get it quite right yet.
please,
You're probably a
You
couple.
know?
What?
yeah,
You're
the
probably a couple decades too young for that.
Who is me?
Yeah.
Maybe
For
several
what?
thousand dozen
To get
cartons
that
of
lift.
nicotine
To get that,
away.
yeah, I was about to say, to get that laugh.
How old do you think I am? How old do you think
Me?
Grandma is?
You know, I don't put an age on my elders.
You know, I think that depends, because technically, didn't we hear that like things don't really die here? They just come back.
Okay, your
Like they
physical
die,
body looks as though
and then
you're between the ages of 7 and 10, but yes, in this world, this plane, things don't really die; they go in a loop. So
It's true. I remember my last life very clearly.
And the ghosts tell me about their last life.
then it must be awful for dating. I.
See, I know how to avoid the red flags now.
Good. I'm pretty sure they are very abundant.
I like this kid.
She takes a moment and looks at Crimson and just... You smell like dead people.
So,
I mean, don't we all?
No. The rest of you smell like magic and vampires and changelings, but he smells like dead people. Not a zombie, not someone in a grave, just dead people.
Blood?
No,
rot,
like loss.
necrosis.
No, like
You mean
he
murder?
lost people. He smells like people that he's lost that are dead.
Or maybe not.
Like
He's killed
tragedy.
Okay.
people. We all have.
This child, as endearing as they
Crimson's
are,
mouth is going to slowly start going into a frown, and then he very quickly pulls up his, for like the first time in a while, actually pulls up his bandana and covers his face.
And fear,
Where's your-
apparently. You're afraid of your loss. Why? Was it your fault? I think
Alright,
it was.
No, they're talking.
she is so much like Madame Ava. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I love it.
Yeah, until she starts
Some
crying and go back.
things need to stay buried,
You're
Lilith.
afraid. Why are you so scared? Are you afraid of me? No, you're not afraid of me. You're fun. I like you.
can I gauge
Can we
like the
Her
look
guys.
on Crimson's face right now at all?
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
No, we
Like
shall not.
I just want to see if he's like he doesn't want to have this conversation.
Okay. You can see just from like his eyes, just the eyes, like 'cause he's covered up to here. He looks so deeply uncomfortable right now. He almost
Yeah.
appears to be on the verge of tears, too.
All right. I'm gonna crouch in front of Arabelle, so that way we're at like eye level.
You can call
Hey.
me Ari.
Ari, listen. Some people don't want to talk about their problems. Is
What's
that
the
alright?
name Cass mean to you?
Why?
Because there's a lovely blonde man telling me he's missing you. He's saying hi.
Okay.
He's kinda tall, dark blonde hair, maybe a little bit of silver. Got a big old wound in his throat.
Yeah. Remember what I just said? Some people don't like to talk about their stuff.
What's that? Do you think so? Really? Doesn't look like it. No. No. Maybe. Okay. He says I can trust you.
You can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you're good at what you do. And that you shouldn't be afraid to have people to protect just because you didn't do it all the time.
Good.
Right. Remember how I said people don't like to talk about their stuff? I just kind of...
Yeah.
We just had that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's... You can talk to him as much as you want, but maybe, like, avoid that with me, please.
Yeah, she is grumpy.
Like she's 8 years old, right? So she's not very tall, right?
No, she's taller than you thought. Like when she got out of the bag, she's scrawny. Looks maybe like 4.5 feet tall.
Yeah, but still like childlike that anyone could easily like pick her up, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. Crimson is just gonna make the internal thing where she just can't she can't help doing this or she's just fucking with us. But we passed by that camp, I'm assuming, right?
No, you guys have gone from the east, like come in from the east, but you have not been at the west side, which is where she said the camp was.
Okay. So I just kind of want to I'm gonna walk over.
No. That's rude. That's not what that means. What's that?
Huh?
I want to know
Oh,
what
sorry, I
was
thought you
said.
started talking to someone else. You just
Can you
We need
stop
to get
that?
you back
What? Ooh, that, I want to know what's going on.
As
Hmm.
much as I love having a wonderful ray of sunshine with us, I feel like it is on our utmost importance to get this little one back to Madame Ava, so that A, she is safe, and B, she can stop crying and
I
saying
think
them
it's
out
funny.
loud. Of course,
Really? Oh. Okay.
yeah, I'm just gonna walk over, bend down, and just be like, "We'll carry you back home."
Oh, there's no need. I can walk.
Very monotone.
Besides, I wouldn't want you to hurt your back.
I mean, I can carry you if you'd
Oh.
like.
Oh, that's okay. I can walk. That's fine. I'll keep up. Don't
That's
worry
too-
about me.
yeah, and you're staying in the middle because we don't want any more mishaps to happen.
Hey, look.
Um,
He caught me off guard. I can protect myself.
Speaking of
We-
caught off
We
guard,
would still like
why
to
did he
escort
catch
you back.
to begin with? Why did he catch you to begin with?
I offered to tell his fortune, and he said I was good luck, and then he stuffed me in a bag.
And
Ah,
rose
well.
you out in the middle of a lake with a sea monster. You sure you weren't a sacrifice?
No, I felt bad for the guy because like he had a bunch of dead people around him. One I think was his wife, and then there were like 3 kids, and it looked really burnt up. So I'm pretty sure.
Little one. It's fine. We're gonna We're gonna not talk about the guy we murdered. We're just gonna get you.
He deserved it.
You didn't technically murder him.
We're part of the. We're in the party. Okay.
It's
a we
not
thing.
murder,
Whatever
it's self-defense.
Exactly.
Fair points.
Pinpoint.
You tell him, girlfriend.
Okay, self-defense. Since we self-defended this guy, um, we don't
Oh,
hearing the sob story after
hey,
not good.
do you mind taking a step back?
Me.
Why?
Yeah, you. There's an angry lady giving me bad vibes.
Sure. I take a
She's
step
making
back.
like throat-slitting motions to me.
Is she a fire Latina with black hair and like a lot of cold stuff around her?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, let's get
That
you
is
back to-
rude. I'm a child.
Let's
No,
get
you're
you
not.
back to your grandma.
Why don't
Yeah.
you walk with
Uncle.
me,
and
Arabelle?
Stop
Okay.
prying into our pasts.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
prying.
This is how everyone around
It
me
is
felt.
it is not my fault. Your pasts are shoving themselves in my face. Mr.
I know a lot about that from recently. So yeah, no, I know exactly how you feel. Let me
Right?
get you home.
Oh, which reminds me. My grandma told me that I needed to give a helpful person this, and she pulls out a small vial. See? There you go.
Like, Lil's like, well,
It's red and
Ah.
very bubbly, like it's carbonated.
Can
Potion? Like a healing potion? Does it look like a healing potion?
She said it was a cure-all. Like you got rid of like diseases and poisons and blindness and deafness.
and then I like take it and like I just point at Mario.
But it fix
Drink
that.
it, drink it, drink it.
I don't. I'll take it. I grab it, but just put it in my
Well, it's
pouch.
still
We
in my
really don't
hand.
know.
I was asking her
Oh.
if it would fix that.
I don't know. You
Time
expect
to
me to
try.
have all these
I'll make
answers?
Take the panacea.
Can I make either a medicine or religion check to see if vampirism is considered a disease or a curse?
You can go for both, yeah.
I just hold out my hand for Arabelle to take it if they want to, since I said I would walk with her.
Okay, she takes your hand.
My question now is:
Religion.
Does Mario
Medicine.
does Mario feel stronger or like feel not necessarily more powerful, but like feel like what's the word I'm looking for?
There's a new energy to your muscles. Doesn't feel like strength, but power, yes.
Okay.
So with an 18 in religion, you are aware that early onset vampirism is a disease. But once he's eaten somebody, that it becomes a curse and a disease. Only liftable by very potent clerics or a very powerful spell.
I'm going to walk up to Mario. Hey, buddy, and just place my hand on his shoulder. And I am going to.
It's
You
like,
still smell
oh
like
God,
dead
he's-
ass. You
I'm
still
gonna
smell like
lay
dead
on
ass.
hands my last 5 points for the day
Mhm.
and get rid of early stage vampirism, the disease.
Okay.
See if it works.
Mario, do you want to allow that? Because you can feel the holiness radiating from Therian.
Mario's gonna take a step back.
Well, you don't know what I'm doing though.
If I can feel it, if I can,
I did
if I
hit
can-
you.
It is
Right.
it is a fair PvP thing though.
like if I can feel it like leaving me, like it's like whoa, hold up, bud. I don't.
Do I have to make a check to
No.
be able to do that?
You would have to attack him, but again, it's only agreed PvP.
Listen. I know. What I'm going through is a tough time.
Well, if it doesn't go off, then I get to keep my 5 points, right?
Absolutely.
Listen, I know I'm going through a tough time right now. However, I feel like this is something I can overcome myself personally.
There is another large bout of thunder and a sudden trickling of rainwater begins to come from the skies.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
not from the guy across the shore.
No.
No, I'm saying the guy that shot the lightning in the water. It's not from him.
Let's move.
And you know what?
Just get
I'm
her.
gonna-
Let's get her home.
Can I see? Can I feel what the storm is trying to say?
Flee. Run.
Yeah, we're gonna keep moving.
Yep.
And as you all turn to leave, a figure, because it's dark now, rises out of the brush. You can see its large, angular claws are the first thing to hit the ground,
Who did it?
scraping deep marks into it. As it rises to a full 8-foot height, a bipedal wolf comes out of the woods, and you can see the snarling, grand, slavering drool coming from its jaws. And everyone roll for initiative.
Arabella, it's your furry boyfriend.
Is it the same one? Is it the same one?
It's not, no.
Oh,
This one looks very different to the other one. The other ones that you saw looked like knockoff werewolves. This looks like a real terrifying beast in comparison.
I don't know how to get that initiative shit to go away. And
You don't because there's no tokens on the field.
Yeah.
right, but how's everybody else rolling without tokens?
You
Unless
click
you
it.
can see
You
my.
just
Just click it. Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
click
Yeah,
we can
because I
all
got
see
it too.
Oh, okay, good. Never mind.
All right, Arabella, you had a 4, Mario an 18, and Crimson a 25. Holy crap balls!
We're having a conversation
Therian
about this
He has a
before.
+8 on the initiative. Like,
10,
damn.
and Lilith a 9.
Yeah.
Did you give your profile? What? How?
Then he's going to be
Like, how the
a
fuck? Oh, alert.
yeah. Okay, so Crimson, you're the first to react. You can see this large, slavering beast come out of the brush. He's not trying to be stealthy or anything. It's that calm, confident, just and you can hear the almost human speech underneath.
With alert, is there any it's just him? I don't see anything else trying to sneak up on us.
Thanks to the wonderful Abby, you hear another deep chuckle from behind you. Another one
We're level 2.
rising out of the brush.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
All right, so we're currently surrounding.
There's one in front of you, one behind you, and you're all in a hollow box around Arabelle or Ari.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, protect the kid.
Yeah.
First priority. Although I think the kid's probably stronger than all of us, but that's whatever.
Not strong enough not to be kidnapped.
To clarify, this is the woe, and then Abby added on to it.
Oh.
Okay.
Wonderful.
But these are werewolves.
It definitely appears to be a werewolf.
And the one we heard sounded almost sort of human, or
He chuckled, yeah. But it's Crimson's turn. What are you doing, my dude?
I'm going to fire off a short bow at the one that's behind us because I think I'm kind of behind the group.
Just one sec. Thank you, Abby, for donating $18 to the Extra Life thing. Please tell me whether you'd like Wheel or Woe added to the party, and then we'll add that in.
Wheel, help us out. Help us out.
Okay, so sorry, Crimson. What were you doing?
He's gonna do well. That is what he'll do. I'm shooting a short bow at the
Okay,
one
so
that came from behind.
You draw the bow, you turn around, you fire off, in all one smooth motion. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
16.
A 16 hits. As the arrow hits the creature, it digs deep, doing 8 points of piercing damage. So it lodges within the creature, who just seems to grin.
Yeah, and then with my bonus, I'm just gonna basically pull out my short sword and the serrated dagger and get
Okay.
ready.
So, on the wolf's turn, the one that you didn't shoot is going to lean forward and go, "Give us back the girl and you can leave."
No.
All right, then. I prefer fun anyway. And he lunges forward, heading towards the largest and blockiest obstacle, Therian. Um,
Yeah.
that is a 21 and a 5. So the 21 will hit.
Yep.
All right.
Fun fact: Dampiers can also be werewolves.
So
Also be
that
what?
is going to be 8 points of piercing damage as his claws dig into you, getting around the armor. All right. Then it's going to go to the other wolf's turn, who also... Sorry, Aetherian, you need to make a strength saving throw. You are considered prone and grappled as the claws rip into you and throw you to the ground, and this creature is savagely, like, perched on top of you. Then the other wolf is going to run towards our lovely friend Crimson and attempt to do a double attack as well. The arrow just, like, bobbing out of the chest as he attacks. That is an 8 to hit. And that is a 10 to hit. So both miss. As he scratches at you, manage to dodge out of the way, avoiding the blows of this very heavy creature. Then it goes to Mario.
Mario is going to see Therian and the wolf pinned and going to run up and going to run around, like stab the wolf in like the lower spine. Not necessarily ass, but close enough. And he's going to use Booming Blade on top of that.
Okay.
So it's a hit. Boom. Of course, a 6 misses. Or
A
he's
6.
prone, right?
He is knocked Therian prone and is currently standing on him. So he's not
I'm
prone.
standing on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind.
It's at this point that Arabella, you feel the wind shift, like this almighty presence is above you, and a massive streak of lightning comes from the sky, striking the secondary wolf, the one not touching anybody. He failed his dexterity save, and you can see him blasted off to the side, taking 60 points of lightning damage as he's thrown into the brush. Avi both caused your extra monster and just destroyed it in a single lightning thrust.
Abby can now join the party.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
Avi can now party.
Honorary member of the Natos.
Therian,
Yep.
you're up.
Boy. Okay. Darian is coughing up blood at this moment.
Fair.
He has 3 HP in a fucking dream. He is going to...
Your chat scares me.
Oh, geez.
He's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay.
Why are you asking me what level I want to cast it? I can't cast it any higher level.
All right, so you heal for 7 points. That holy energy radiates across your body, knits together your wounds, even as the claws that made them still perch atop your body. All right, you have a bonus action to move. Anything you want to do?
I don't have anything I can do as a bonus.
Are you
action,
standing up now?
I
I thought
can't.
the
I'm
wolf was
pinned.
No,
sitting
he's
on top
grappled.
of him.
Oh, you're still in? Okay.
He'd have to use his action to get out of it, but he used his action to heal instead.
Mm.
Okay, then Lilith, you're up.
To see this wolf standing on top of Therian. Gonna be making me angry. And I am going to cast Chill Touch on it.
Okay, so
Try
you kind of reach out. It makes a save, I believe.
No.
It's an attack roll.
No, it's an attack roll. Okay.
It's an
It's
attack.
not a touch spell, and it doesn't do cold damage.
A nat 20. All right, double the damage.
Why don't you use roll 20?
Because I don't roll 20.
I built it.
I like how it just rolled one.
Did,
You only rolled one die because you need
I know.
to click
Oh.
in roll 20. Click where it says chill touch.
I don't wanna.
it's fine. That's actually going to be 4 damage because we'll just double the result. We'll do the cleanup of stuff later. But for now, that's 4 points of damage as the necrotic hand lunges forward and grabs onto the fur. You can see it slowly crinkle and blacken. Okay. After that, we have Arabella.
It also can't gain health this turn.
My one hand is still holding on to Ari's.
Yep.
Therian was like next to me ish, right?
Close to you, yeah.
Close enough for me to touch or no?
Not quite. You'd have to move a little bit.
Okay. I'm not gonna let go of Ari's hand. I'm gonna hold my hand up and go, "Hey, that is my shiny motherfucker," and I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
All right, go ahead and roll the attack. That will definitely hit for 12 points of radiant damage, which you can see it as it blasts the body. Actually, I have to add a. Yep, there we go. It leaves this radiant after image, highlighting the muscles and how they move under the skin, showing you that there is a gap, like a small little sliver where the chill touch actually made impact. Looks like there's a weakness there now. It's Ari's turn, and she is going to let go of your hand, move forward, and touch the wolf. As a bonus action, she assimilates the wolf's form, and as her action, she does a double claw attack. So you watch as Ari gains about a foot in height, becomes furry, clawed, and heavy-jawed. But she makes two attacks.
All of us.
That is a 15 to hit.
really like her.
She's so cool. I know. This kid is cooler than all of us.
This place terrifies Mario to me.
For 6 points of
Children
damage.
can be furry killers.
Okay, so she deals 6 points of damage to our lovely wolf friend. All right, Crimson.
Well, I could definitely get advantage.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's now a 5.5 foot tall wolf thing fighting this creature with you.
Is there any benefit to me going after that weakness that you mentioned?
It granted Ari an attack, or advantage on her first attack, so she used it already. It's now it's no longer glowing.
Oh right, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were describing that there was like a weakness.
No, it was a description of what guiding bolt would do. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, blank. Advantage. Short sword. With sneak attack. I like that it rolled a nat 20 for me.
That is a nat 20, so it would be
I
5
love how
sneak.
it
Rolled a 1 on both. Oh, that's awful. All right, so that's 5. That is it'll be 7 regular, which your weapons aren't silvered, unfortunately. And it'll be 5 sneak, so there we go. All right, so you stab into the creature right where the weakness was anyway, regardless. And you leave the short sword in front of it and saw it downwards, tearing open this gap, and this faint spilling of black blood over the wolf's fur. You still have a bonus action in the movement.
I'm gonna do a bonus action disengage.
You gonna walk away from it?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going your full 30 feet?
No, I'm just gonna kind of move back into like the group, so I'm not like one of the ones that I can easily turn around and smack.
That's fair. Unfortunately for you, when you even taking the action to disengage, this wolf still gets an attack of opportunity.
Sentinel.
That's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Love how this is giving us nat 20s
Dude.
now.
Don't you die on me.
Us is a strong word.
Yeah, for
Very,
real.
very.
Ain't that the truth?
19 points of piercing damage as he hooks you by the ankle, reducing your speed to 0.
Oh,
So
I'm
you
dead.
cannot move away. You're unconscious?
Yeah.
Yeah, just grabs you by the ankle and rips upward. Be very glad you haven't fought 2 of these things.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it for its reaction. Then it's its turn. It's going to take the turn to bite Therian, only getting a single attack. But it has advantage because you're currently prone. That is an 8 and a 10. It misses. All right, Mario.
Mario doing the same thing, trying to stab it again. Nope.
If you were to move around the creature, you would actually have advantage because Aerie is still flanking it. So go ahead and roll again.
What? Okay.
There you go.
Hey!
So you managed to
Doing
jab
things.
at the creature for a full 9 points of piercing.
And then it's affected by Booming Blade.
Okay.
Yeah, at this
All right.
level it doesn't do. Yeah, at this level it doesn't do.
Shank his
anything,
ass.
so they move.
All right, then. We're going to go down to Therian.
I'm assuming because I was not prepared with my greatsword out, it's currently pinned.
It is pinned beneath you.
me.
Yeah. And you can only use
Okay.
one-handed weapons at the moment.
No, I'm gonna try to do it back. I'm gonna try to bite it back.
All right, roll an attack. It's a flat attack because normally when you attack from prone, you have disadvantage. You are currently grappled with a creature, which gives you advantage, so you're just flat.
Man, if I had one less HP, I would have had advantage on this. Damn it.
What's your roll?
I'm just making sure I have this.
I'm sad that I'm out of frogs. Nat fucking 20. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Now we're just nat 20 all over
and
the place.
I am going
Again,
to
speak for yourself.
I'm going to choose to heal.
Okay.
You can empower yourself with this bite a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. So I'm going to choose to heal the 6 damage that I dealt.
All right. Sounds good. Then it's going to go to Lilith.
I also
I
have, to
have a
make
question
a frenzy
about.
roll.
Yeah.
I have a question about my new ability. So is it would I take it's an action to do the thing that it says to do?
Yes. I think.
And
Give me a second to double check. Because it's been a while since I gave you your abilities, so I just need to double
yeah,
check.
it's like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, it's been a while. That's not the right chat. All right. It's as an action, you can take 1 level of exhaustion and roll 1 of your hit dice to give the resulting roll to another creature within 5 feet. Yeah, so you can. It takes you an action to bop that over to somebody. Yeah.
Okay. And with Crimson knocked out right now,
Yes.
would that kinda
It would
that bring him
stabilize
back,
them.
or-
Yeah. It would stabilize them.
I want to do that, and I understand that I take like a level of exhaustion, but
Okay, so you take a moment, you focus, and the sheer amount of concentration that's required for you to perfectly adjust the acid to burn and seal a wound without actually killing the person it takes its toll on you. And as you extend your acid forward, the faint little flutters of liquid moving through the air into Crimson's open mouth. Go ahead and roll 1 of your hit dice.
a hit dice is
On roll 20, it's easier. I promise you. It's right in the center of your sheet, and you just click where it says D10 or D8 for you.
Y'all are gonna
In
be
the
so upset with me.
middle hit.
In the middle of your sheet, it says. There you go.
I found
There it is.
So, Crimson, you gain 3 temporary hit points as the acid seals your wounds from the inside out.
But I do have a bonus action, and I
Yes.
do want to use the tentacle of the deep.
Oh yeah, tentacle it up.
I will tentacle up, and I do have to roll from D&D Beyond for this. Yeah, I want to some of it. I don't want to whack the werewolf.
Whack a
That's-
wolf.
The actual werewolf, not Ari.
You don't need to roll from D&D Beyond for that. I built it on your sheet. I built everything on your sheet.
Well,
I hit it already.
It's just
on
taking
accident.
a second. A 13 will
No,
not
actually,
hit.
that was an intelligence. I was trying
Oh.
to switch over, and I hit something.
Okay.
No, you didn't, because all
Yes,
it
it did.
says.
It's called Tentacle.
later, guys.
Yeah. But I
That
can't
later, after.
hit anything,
Just
so-
do whatever's comfortable for now. We'll figure it out later.
Well, 12.
Unfortunately, 12 does not hit this lovely creature. Then we're gonna go to Arabella.
All right, you wanna play? Let's fucking play. I'm gonna full sprint dive for the big bad wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And I say sprint dive. I'm attempting to just kind of leap onto his back. And,
Do you want to try and grapple check him?
I'm not necessarily grapple check him, but I'm just like he can easily throw me off. I just want to hold on, and cast inflict wounds as the second I touch him.
Absolutely. Go for that sweet inflict wounds. That will definitely hit. And I have a very important question for you.
Yep.
How do you want to do it?
You want-
Yes. I jump on his back and I grab like his eyes, and my nails kind of dig into his eyeball as his face just starts to deteriorate away.
It quickly ages, the moisture evaporating from it. The tongue is the first to like start turning to dust as it is mostly a liquid muscle. The eyes quickly follow, becoming these like raisin like things as it falls to the ground. Just heavy body on top of Therian. But its water weight quickly dissipates, leaving the skeletal husk of a werewolf.
Since I know that the hearing is the last thing to go, as I kick the wolf off Therian, I go, I said get off him.
Different kind of
Mario
doggy
comes
style.
around the
Got
back.
it.
Mario gonna comes around the back, bitch.
Okay,
Yeah.
so as the combat fades and the adrenaline starts to go, Crimson, you feel like shit. At the moment, you only have temporary hit points. They're only going to last about an hour or so. You should probably get some real healing in.
Yeah, I'm still at -5, right?
No, you're at 3 hit points, 3 temp. D&D 5th edition doesn't go below 0.
Yeah.
So as you guys watch, as the creature dies, Ari seems to waver a bit and then shrink back into her form.
Theron will get up feeling fairly all right. Went from 3 to 16 almost immediately, and will walk over to Crimson and cast Cure Wounds, and then immediately do Lay on Hands for 5 points. Not targeting any diseases, just healing.
Okay.
'Cause I don't know. Did I have to make a con save for the bite?
No, you should be fine.
Oh no, they missed. Both the bite
Yeah.
missed.
Arabella
advantage.
holds out her hand.
Had
For Ari
advantage.
then.
Oh yeah, Ari just comes over and like there's a little bit of a scrape as she still has some nail left. It's not enough to like hurt. She's like, oh, that's surprising. She grabs
So
your
you
hand.
got 15 back.
I'm full health.
There you go.
Level
You
2,
can
bitch.
you can have 1 point of your pool
Lay on
back.
hands.
All right. So, with all that in mind, as you folks begin to like decompress from the sudden, very powerful creature that attacked you, nearly 2 powerful creatures that attacked you, and you make your way back to town, Ari is just kind of skipping along and occasionally going, okay, Yeah? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No? Well, maybe. No, I think they're nice. I think so. Probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah. Just
Who are you
occasionally
talking to?
talking. Oh, you guys are surrounded by people, so I'm just
Ah.
kind of trying to hold a conversation.
Lilith's just happy to have somebody else around that can see ghosts.
What kind of people?
I see around you a group of 3 men. Um, one is the like dark blonde guy with the throat gone, and the other 2 kind of sort of look like you. And then around that guy, I see like 30 people. And around that lady, I see like 2 people. And around that guy, I see 1 angry person. And around that one, I see a crotchety old man.
Oh, she
Um,
would see more than that.
when she mentions the angry person, Mara's gonna take out his rapier, just look at it dead in the face, like, look, listen, you're the only woman for me. There's no such thing as anybody that can stop you. I'll always be yours. Just starts mumbling to himself, basically, or mumbling at the
Um,
rapier, try to get to calm that angry person down.
Fair.
uh, all right. Do you mind if I pick you up?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna pick her up and kind of slow, so we're kind of the back of the group, so I can kind of whisper to her quietly.
Mhm.
You said there are 2 that look like me?
Yeah.
Did they say their names?
They don't want me to tell you.
Why?
They said you'll be sad.
Um, could you maybe tell me anyway?
Well, that's not very nice. Ignoring people's boundaries is a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Sometimes, but sometimes in an effort to protect someone, you have to ignore those boundaries.
Well, how about I just do this instead? And she like reaches into the air and pulls at whatever this is. It's the same kind of motion she made with the vampire. And there's a sudden shock that comes to her body. And all of a sudden you feel a heavy weight on your shoulders and a voice in your ear. Little one, it's been a while.
I didn't know that voice.
It's your father's voice.
Hey, old man.
You've gone far. Your mother still worries about you.
My mother's dead.
Your mother's not.
What do you mean? You told me she died.
Your adoptive mother died.
Okay.
I thought we had this conversation already.
No.
You and your brothers do not share the same mother. There was a mistake I made in my youth.
Okay. So,
I'm not saying you're a mistake, little one. I'm just...
right. So I have a living mother?
Yes.
What's her name?
She shares your name. Apparently it's a family thing for her.
Okay. All right. What happened to you? Why are you dead? Old age finally kill you?
No. You left. And someone had to be tried in your absence.
No.
They wanted your brothers. And I couldn't let that happen.
So who's protecting them?
Your brothers?
Yes.
They've grown into fine young men.
They killed you instead of me.
It's not your fault. We both know that Cass was important.
Yeah.
More important than we thought.
What do you mean?
I can't tell you anything that would change your future.
Okay.
This tiny body you have me in is frail and tired. Find a better medium. Find someone stronger, more powerful, and maybe we can have a conversation.
All right.
And I don't know why you've allied yourself with an assassin, but watch him. Someone from his family is responsible.
For this?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, old man. And
Catch the girl when I leave. She's going to fall asleep immediately.
yep, I got her. I cradle her head.
And he kind of there's the sudden like release of weight, and you're left at the back of the party. Ari kind of half snoring in your ear.
There's a tension in Arabella's jaw, and she turns her head to kind of gaze into the woods away from the group, like a single tear falls.
You feel like the faintest reassuring warmth that kind of wipes away the tear. Just a momentary brush. And then nothing. The storm quickly dissipates overhead. An act of a charitable god, it would seem, still able to push into this realm, even if just for a moment. You make your way back to town, and by the time you make it there, you note that there are no hunters at the gate, only guardsmen. They open the gate for you, as you are recognized figures. You went out just a little bit ago. They do the test of silver and find none of you react, not even Ari, who doesn't stir at the touch of silver. You're brought back into town. Where do you wish to go?
We should go to bed, right, and find Ari's camp tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm spent. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, Lilith is a little exhausted.
Okay. You make your way back to the Blue Water Inn, tired. There's a party going on, a lot of raucous individuals, all having a great time after the Blazing Sun Festival and the Festival of Fire. You see the remainders of the two large effigies of Strahd, both burned to the ground, with children still roasting marshmallows over the obvious fire. And you all earn a restful sleep.
Oh, thanks.
It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother Mario walking back into town full of people.
No, you feel something. There's a different kind of pull to you right now. Something beyond just the hunger.
Oh, Therian
Is it,
definitely pulls Mario aside at some point before we go to bed.
You
no,
almost.
no. Remember what happened again. No.
I'm not gonna. He would say, "I'm not gonna touch you. I just want to talk."
No, we're taking a day. We're taking a day. We're taking a damn day.
Okay.
No,
Not
we need
again.
to talk.
I will say that
Yes,
both
eventually.
you, Mario, and you, Therian, do not feel the beast inside. Neither of you. No hunger, no drive, no need, but a feeling of deep peace. As if something sacred were nearby. And with that, we'll do the long rest. So you guys can go ahead and heal up.
Conversation needs to happen.
Smells like
I
No more
Because
exhaustion.
I
I'm
seem to
gonna-
have burned all of them, trying not to kill fucking Tyrion.
I am gonna have Ari in my room.
Yeah.
I'll let her have the bed, and I
So,
just kind of post up.
Fun fact,
against the
DM, there
wall.
would definitely be more bodies besides a grumpy old man.
Oh, I know, but there's only one powerful enough to be seen by her.
Do vampires
Mario's
have
gonna
souls?
try. Mario's gonna try something. As everyone like bedding down and stuff like that, he knows of the beast within.
Mhm.
As he's seen what Tyrion can turn into and like do and everything like
Yeah.
that. Mario's gonna try to talk to it actually, see if he can like meditate and like I guess reach inside because he's used to talking to things that shouldn't exist. If that makes sense. So he's gonna just try to conversate with it.
Go ahead and make a wisdom check. Not a saving throw, a check.
Ooh, 21.
You take a
Nat
moment, and with a sort of deep meditation you've come to understand from reading in the books that kept you alive during your long tenure in the tower, you look within, and you find there another version of yourself, but taller, more refined. You find it to be more attractive than you, even though it's just you.
All right. I'm listening. I'm listening.
It has a bestial grin, a kind of a rakish one that reminds you of like a very confident predator on the prowl. As it smiles and looks down at you, towering overhead. Well, this is interesting. Hello.
Hi. I assume you, well, you already know me, and I assume you already know I'm here.
I do.
Good. We can skip the pleasantries then. You're inside of me, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want you gone. In fact, I think we can work together.
You want to work with me?
Was that funny?
Maybe. Depends on what kind of relationship you want.
Well, I do feel the power from you. I do feel that getting rid of you would not help me in my goal to become stronger and claim my soul back, as well as the one who has it. Um, but I feel like if we work together, you get to live, I get my goals, and we can take a good bad, about an 80-20.
You think you'll have a soul after working with me? That's the first thing to be eaten.
Mario actually starts laughing at himself. Well, sir, I don't know if you noticed, but he just like gazes around. I guess it's like a void with them two standing there, but
Mhm.
there's no soul here.
Oh, there is. The faintest remnants and traces of something ripped out. But that's okay. Soon it'll be gone. Nothing to hold you back. No chains, no ties, no emotions beyond hunger and rage. And I will enjoy every moment of the bloodbender you go on.
You see, that doesn't sound like cooperation. That sounds like total ownership. And I do have something that can get rid of
I doubt it.
you. I bet you do.
I
I
know
bet
who
you
our
do.
father is. And I
Yeah,
can
me too.
guarantee his power is far more than you could ever imagine. He is the ancient, and he is the land. One of the first of our kind. And if you think that paltry potion or that pathetic paladin can save you,
Hey,
I'll
leave Mother
always
Hen
be
alone.
here.
Mother Hen doesn't count. Okay, it's just me and you right now. Final offer. Together, and sure, we can do great things. Great things. Hell, even take care of old Daddykins and be the ruling vampire in Barovia.
I like that.
Good. I do need his head.
Then you know what I want? In return
What do
for
you
my
want?
strength,
Sure.
feed me. Kill an innocent. Someone who's done nothing to you. And we'll have an accord.
Interesting. Or how about drink from many of the enemies we were sure to have along the way?
You don't understand. I want the blood of an innocent. Not an enemy. Or a friend. Not yet. An innocent. That's our deal.
I'll think about it. And then he just like waves, turns, and like I guess attempts to vanish the way
Yeah.
you can inside of
There's
yourself.
there's a moment where the hands reach up, grab you by the shoulders, and pull you in, and the voice beside you goes, "Don't worry, I'll be here," and shoves you into the void, and you just come to, waking up.
You know, Parnell's deal was so much easier. So much easier. Just trade your soul. Just, get to have my hand in marriage. You're a little jealous, but that's fine. Now start
Uh,
killing innocent people. Jesus.
at this point, Arabella and Ari are in the room, peacefully sleeping. Crimson's doing much the same, having a long rest. Um, and then Lilith, are you with Therian at the moment?
Lilith's a little scared of Therian right now because he did tell her to not intervene if he ever fancies.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably trying to avoid him a little bit.
Okay. And
She's
Therian,
probably going to go knock on Arabella's door and see if she can stay in there.
Therian. Yeah, okay. Therian, you are probably going to go to sleep as well, I assume? Or not quite sleep, but vampire sleep. All right.
Darian is going to do much the same that Mario did.
Okay, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw. Because you're
I
a
don't want to miss
Dompier,
it, but I have to pee.
you have advantage.
Wisdom check or saving throw?
Wisdom check.
Which sucks because my saving throws are so much better.
Sorry. You attempt to peek inwards, but all you get is that snarling, uncivilized terror within you. Unrestrained now, closer to the surface than almost at any other point, fed by the powerful and potent blood of an ancient vampire. Crimson.
Darian just plays with the vial that he has.
Yeah.
Now understanding what it is, just trying to figure out if it could be useful.
Fair enough. Crimson, as you are laying there in bed, staring at the ceiling, there's a rustling at the foot of your bed, and as you peer up, you see Strahd there, sitting at the edge of your bed.
I'm just gonna stare at him.
We haven't had much time to talk.
Sure haven't.
I'd like to remedy that. Would you go for a walk with me? Roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy. That -1.
You actually
Nat
got a
20.
nat fucking 20. Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
apparently no.
No,
You
apparently.
can stay right here, bitch.
Do you actually call Strahd a bitch? Because okay, all right. What do you say to him?
I'm just gonna be just right here. What do you want? I'm not in the mood to walk today.
I suppose you've had so much exercise. I need a favor. And if
Mhm.
you grant me this favor, maybe I'll see about, I don't know, granting you an additional weapon, something powerful and potent for my own personal armory. Would you like that? A new blade, thirsting for blood. Do me a favor.
Mm. I'm just gonna wave my hand, just be like, "What is it? Let me know. I want to hear it first."
Good. There exists, to the west, a place called Argen Vostort, a temple of an ancient dragon. In it is a weapon. I want you to destroy it. The weapon's half broken already. A blade that barely comes a foot out of the hilt. Shattered when it used to be a longsword. I just want the rest of it gone. You do that for me, and I'll personally give you a selection of my armory. And if that's not enough, 500 gold. I know you're kind.
You sure do.
Do we
Oh,
have
if
an
we're in the
accord?
area, if I'm in the area, I'll see what I
Good.
can do.
I will warn you it's guarded by the undead. Not mine, otherwise it would be simple. But creatures so foul, not even I control them. Be prepared.
I will ask him if he has a weapon that I can borrow that would be good against them, because I currently don't have anything like that to help aid in the retrieval and destruction of said.
There's an encampment of people to the west of this town. The Vistani. You know of them?
We're returning a little girl to them tomorrow.
Perfect. They owe me much, and many favors. Stop by. I'll be sure they have a delivery for you.
Sounds
He
good.
offers his hand in a handshake.
You have something more written?
My word is as solid as the rocks beneath your feet.
Alright. Shake his hand.
He grabs your wrist very quickly and does a quick slice across your palm and a cut across his with his fingernail and just grabs them together. You can feel the kind of hot, potent blood mixed with yours a little. And as you pull hands away, the wounds are healed. Good. He
I
takes
was
his...
I was about to say, if I had a split second, I would have activated my edge.
That's fair. You could have. You
Because
could
that would have.
entirely. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna like, as soon as like I would reach up for the handshake and he quickly tried to do that, I would have activated my edge.
He didn't care. Your edge is radiant, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Doesn't hurt him.
Yep. I was just more meaning more of like I was just gonna see if like I had it the power yet to like just slip out of it, but
Yeah.
it
But
was a
and then
very
he takes a
long
step
thought.
back, says, "Then we're bound in blood, my friends. Good night." And he disappears. Just gone.
I'm just gonna like lay back into the bed and just do like a see ya.
So our Arabella and Lilith, There's a small creak in the room, and you both waken to see Strahd stroking Ari's hair. He looks up at both of you, smiles and waves, and disappears.
Does he do that?
You know, I think something about him owning the entire place that we're in.
He could stay and talk. Though,
He could
like,
stay and talk.
that was a little. He didn't even knock.
I know. He just comes in and creepily pets the head of a kid and leaves.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Something
kind of
else.
just like, did he leave? Is he just like people can turn invisible, right? I don't know. Anyway, it
Yeah,
knock,
what if we
say
wanted to talk
hello.
to him? I know.
I didn't even
Yeah,
get to tell him.
and Tharion's not here to put his hand over my mouth.
Do
Or
you think there's a way to
Crimson.
summon him?
How
Like
do
if
you
we just
summon
say,
him?
I don't know, like if we just say,
Strahd, thou great and powerful ruler of Barovia.
yeah, probably something like that. Let's just say his name a lot. Strahd.
Lilith,
I just
you
like
you feel a tug in your chest. That place where you feel the power of your patron is shifting and
Uh-oh.
writhing.
Hmm.
As you start praying to Strahd, who is an undead warlock patron. You feel something start to change inside you.
We're gonna have to change my warlock feature.
You started this. You started this.
Mine is jealous for a reason. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Mine is jealous for a reason. You just been shafting yours to death.
It's Lilith doesn't know who her patron is though. She just knows it's the sea. Like in her mind, it's the sea.
I just imagine like this her like puddle, just like with a sad face and everything like that. It's like
Or if, a Leviathan, or, the crowd.
Leviathans get sad.
I don't know, can they?
Maybe if we like,
You can never tell if they're crying. They're always underwater.
oh,
It doesn't matter if their tears are salty. They're in the ocean.
Yeah, that's true.
No, if you know what?
Hmm?
Maybe if we clap our hands quietly so we don't wake up already. But if we like clap our hands, go Strahd. Maybe they'll show up. Yeah.
You guys sit there for the next 20, 30 minutes trying your best to summon Strahd. Unfortunately, that's not quite how it works. You do have the distinct impression of being watched, however. Like something is just gazing at you from the abyss.
Oh well.
And then...
It's very hard to give this man a gift if he doesn't show up.
No.
As you guys go to bed, you have a night. You're going to sleep. Lilith.
Oh no.
You are visited in your dream. There's the rushing sensation around you, like movement underneath water. As you open your eyes, it's really dark. You can feel the pressure of something heavy on top of you and all around you. As you try to breathe, there's that inhale of liquid. You can feel your chest burning as you're swallowing seawater trying to breathe, and then in the darkness curls a tentacle around your throat, and suddenly you can just deep breaths. You can feel it closing its tentacle against your throat, slowly choking you.
Hot.
I was about to say, like, if you go harder, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
You chose.
First the tentacles
one
were
of those two.
writhing, now they're choking, man. I've seen this somewhere.
Then a series of eyes open. 7 amber bright eyes illuminate the dark water around you. Floating things off in the distance seem to almost catch and reflect other adventurers, corpses long dead under the water, pulled down by the tentacles. You can see old faces screaming in terror, eyes eaten out by the fish around, and a deep voice just, "What have you done?"
It was
"We had a deal." You are my legs. I am your power.
I wasn't being serious. I mean,
Am I a joke to you? The water
no,
begins to get hot around you.
no. The whole Strahd thing was a joke. I didn't even know that he could be a patron.
I own you now.
Yeah.
If you dare disrupt my power again, I will crush you until you are no larger than the plankton that feeds the scum in my oceans.
Understood.
Never again. Or you will always fear the water. And there's a sudden, quick, jerking sensation. You feel your neck snap and you wake up. You all have a lovely full rest, no levels of exhaustion, regain all your hit points, have a little bit of activity, and are able to wake up fully healed, all your hit points back. That wasn't totally over the top at all.
Yay.
This morning? Do I
Sorry?
have to roll for hunger this morning?
No, it's still gone.
What about
Fucking that shit up.
You
I'm
and
so
me
sorry.
fucking this up.
I was not expecting to the one good.
what about does Mario have to?
No hunger, no nothing.
Therian would walk
Okay.
up to Mario's room and knock on the door before anybody else wakes up.
Okay.
Enter. I'm dressed.
Like I'd care if you weren't.
Weirdo. He like covers himself. Like,
We need to talk.
I'm sure we do. No, yeah, actually, yeah, we do. Please close the door.
Therian does so.
So, I know you came to me, but yeah, you tried to kill me the other day.
Yes, like I said, your blood has his pumping through it right now.
I figured. And fun
And-
fact. Well, no, continue.
What? No! Discord, why did you crash? Why would you do this to me? I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be a moment.
It must have been an act of Strahd himself.
Okay, sorry, guys. My Discord completely crashed.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn your camera back on.
I
That was
exist.
scarier than Strahd showing up.
It was.
You're like, it's like somebody left, and I'll notice, like, no, we're still. Oh God.
Honestly,
That blood. Go ahead.
that was it.
Okay. His blood is extremely enticing. I have a vial of it actually. But you may not feel hungry, as I don't this morning either. But it will hit you, and when it does, you will have to control it.
It's at this point you both begin to feel distinctly uncomfortable. The soles of your feet and wherever's touching a floor or surface slowly begins to burn, like you're standing on something hot.
I'll jump against the wall.
Even where you touch
And
the
stick
wall,
to
it
it.
begins to burn. Your fingertips slowly searing. Like what you're
Okay.
touching. You're familiar. This feels like heavily consecrated ground. Like you're touching something holy beyond like your inner abilities. Mario, this is new ground for you. All of a sudden, everything feels too hot, too heavy. It's warm. It's burning
Let's
you from
take
the
this
inside.
outside.
using my edge, I'm gonna try to make it as cold as possible. I'm just gonna let
You
it
just-
all fly.
There's like a faint blizzard around you, but the snowflakes are melting into little dewdrops.
Yeah,
We need
outside,
to go
outside, outside, outside,
So
outside.
you head outside. The feeling gets
Is it-
worse when you get on the ground floor. You begin to feel that burning sensation more. When you get outside, you can see there's about 24 people moving what appears to be a coffin in a procession, and it begins to hurt physically. You feel the tension start to like ache in your muscles. You realize you're both fully flexed up, unable to even move. Your breathing completely stops, which for you, Mario, is bad. You still need to breathe. You can feel the hesitation, the burn in your lungs. Your eyes begin to cry liquid red. What do you want to do?
I'm standing in front of him,
Mm-hmm.
covering his face.
Okay.
I'm going
Um,
to just try my hardest to push him in the opposite direction of this
Procession.
casket, and I will move in the exact opposite direction. Having dealt with consecrated ground before, this is, though never nearly this strong on me. I
Yeah,
will
Mario
push
is
him in
starting
the
to
opposite direction.
steam like smoke
Yeah,
coming off of him.
as soon as that happens, I'm wrapping
it needs to,
him
it needs to
in,
stop.
in a cloak and pushing him away.
Okay. You get about 30, 40 feet away before the burning sensation stops. You both have lost 2 hit points, by the way, because you've been crying blood, and as it was going past, blood started leaking from your nose, from your eyes, from your ears, from your mouth, unmentionable bits. Essentially, if it is an orifice, it leaked blood, at least a little bit. As you get to the other end, you feel the burning start to fade, and then the smoke begins to dim, and you can breathe again for the first time in several minutes.
I'm throwing that. Mario's throwing that blizzard back up. Like
Yeah.
the fire needs to quit now. Like,
Hey.
fuck was that?
That, my friend, is consecrated area. Whatever was in that coffin put out an aura of consecration in a 30-foot radius, it seems. So, shouldn't be an issue if they're not moving that every day. But another thing you'd have to worry about if you continue to stay the way you are.
To deal with that every time. Go to like a
Yep.
church or anything.
Churches usually aren't nearly as horrible.
It's potent.
I walked into one in Barovia, no issue.
And not for long.
No, in Barovia, not here.
Ah, true. Yeah.
Here it wasn't really the consecration. It was, I have height. You probably realize this now. You have heightened senses.
Mhm.
You can hear, see, smell better.
Yeah. Your heart doesn't beat, and you still smell like dead ass. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I know. I'm slowly realizing I can't help that.
No.
But
And you smell like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, you smell fucking amazing.
thank you.
Like
Wipe as he wipes blood from his eyes.
Oh
his
shit,
nose,
he is
and, like
bleeding.
everything.
Oh
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
he is bleeding.
You don't feel hunger. Nothing.
I still don't frenzy though.
Nope. You don't feel it. The beast is super suppressed right now.
But he was right up there though. He's on the edge, but he's suppressed.
Yeah. You can
Hey.
feel the beast. It's there. It's present. It's just it can't do anything. You feel like it's running up against a glass wall. It's there. It just can't do shit.
Describe your inner beast edging.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hey, question.
Yes.
Last night, I sat and meditated and spoke with the inner beast.
That's dangerous. Good job not frenzying.
Yeah, I don't think if I would have done it any other time or anything else, it would definitely have gone wrong. But I spoke to it, and I know what it wants. It knows what I want, and yeah, gonna have a fun time doing that. Have you ever spoken to yours?
Quite often, actually. Um, couldn't last night for whatever reason, but
Hmm.
yeah, I have to. I usually not really speaking, more fighting. But
Hmm.
we spoke the other night. It's something.
It's at this
Let me
point that you
guess.
see like Arabella and Ari walking away, like getting it coming to the end and walking away
By themselves?
by themselves.
Uh, we might have to hold this conversation off to another time, as it seems our my lovely sister and her named twin, very basically, are walking off by themselves. And don't know if you remember what happened last time, but
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll continue this at another time if you don't mind.
As the two of
Arabella
you,
walked off without Crimson
yeah, no Crimson,
either.
no Lilith. As you guys run off into the distance, I think we're going to call it there for tonight. You guys have had some time. The festival's over. Yeah, so for anyone who's watching, this is typically when, and then this is for some of my college peeps. This is when we do a debriefing. So we're going to do that off stream. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you to Colin and Abby, both of you, for donating. It was much appreciated.
Yes,
Thank you for helping out with the extra life stuff. I personally really I love it. And we'll see you folks next week. Extra Life Day is in just over 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, exactly 2 weeks.
Woo!
November 5th.
Wouldn't that make it 3 weeks?
2 weeks.
Uh,
2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
Because next week is the 28th.
Wait,
no,
Yep.
next week is the 22nd.
yeah, next week is the
and then it's the
22nd.
29th.
Then
And
Then
then
it's the
it's
29th.
the 5th.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Extra Life is
Time
Yeah.
is a human construct.
no time is a
human
measurement of
construct.
entropy. It's not a human construct. Anyway, so thank you so
Science
much.
was created.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. We're going to have a small debriefing session because that was really intense, so you should always take time to check in with your players after you have something like that. We'll see you next week, the week after, and probably the week after that for some awesome streaming stuff. If any of you want to participate in the Extra Life streaming day with me, playing some games or anything, get in contact, let me know. I would love to play some games with folks, but we'll see you regardless in a little while. Happy vampire hunting, and hopefully you survive just as well as we did. Bye.
Survivor's great.